start, like we will just make a short introduction about Teranga Valley before letting the floor to Mahamou. So as you know, or people newly joined, Teranga is actually a Senegalese Wolof word that means welcome. We chose this word for our platform to signify that everyone is welcome and also everyone is free to come and share and growing ideas into our platform. We want to be a platform where people are united and that we make a difference together. And that's why I love to be here every week, and the events are growing. Next month, we will start also to have the offline events as the things are going back to normal in Shanghai. And we are a team of volunteers. So you have in the chat now, there is Kizito, there is Kims, but there is also Kito with us, and Mac, and newly coming Gradiela, who is also helping as a volunteer. So we are very happy to work together to bring the events to you. And maybe tomorrow you also can be part of our team. We are very open. Thank you tonight, Mahamou, to come to share all your wisdom, the discipline that I need, that I'm fighting every day to get it done. I know it's a long journey. You cannot be disciplined from one day to another, but I'm so glad that you share some tips with us, because as entrepreneur, business people, or just someone who wants to manage their life in a better direction, that's so much important. That's the basis of the success. So thank you, and I'm really looking forward to learn more about this topic.
Thank you for this introduction. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. For those who don't know me, my name is Mahamou Sylla. I'm from Mali. I grew up in France, and I started my professional life as a chef. So when I was 20 years old, I moved to Japan. I just wanted to go and discover the world and just have some experience of life and some adventure in my life. And this journey as a chef brought me to become a business owner in Singapore of a restaurant. It was my first experience, my second experience. My first experience was as a chocolate shop, because this is also one of my specialty, chocolate making. And actually, it's in Singapore that my entrepreneur mind started to grow, and I started to understand that me too, I can achieve something. Before, I didn't really have this idea of having my own business, or even if I had it, it was more like so a dream, so to speak, not really something that I can achieve, something that I would like to happen, but I didn't know actually how to get it. And I remember at that time of my life, I had a very big issue is I could not actually get through what I wanted to do. I was not disciplined, you know. I had a lot of wishful thinking, but to implement what I wanted to do, it was so hard. And I will actually beat myself up thinking like, maybe there is something wrong with me, because I have all those ideas that I want to bring into the world. I have all those dreams that I want to realize, but I don't feel like I'm actually working towards this goal, you know. And it made me feel depressed. It made me feel worthless. It made me feel like actually that was something that was not for me. And but there is something which I have in me, and which I think in some sense saved me, is that I don't give up. You know, when I have something and I want to do something, even if I feel like I'm not making it, I don't give up. I might change my goal, I might change my desire, but as long as I want something, I'm not thinking to myself, okay, I can get it. And that's in a nutshell what actually brought me to where I am right now. So I will start by having a small lecture and explaining you the basic of what is a discipline and how to acquire it and all those things. To start, I'm going to explain you the misconceptions that people have about discipline and motivation and all those things. And at the end, I'm going to give you tips and tools that you can implement to your life to make your journey and your entrepreneurship adventure better, you know. And there's no such thing as a perfect discipline, you know. There's always a time where you feel down, where you feel not like doing certain things. But when you get into your life, what I'm going to teach you, even if you don't feel like doing the thing, you will still continue doing those things, and it will keep helping you, and you will keep track of what you're doing. And the goal is not to be like a machine, even if my wife called me a robot. But this is not what it is. What it is really to understand every single step that you're doing, and to be able at any point in your journey to say, okay, this is where I am right now, and this is where I started, and this is where I want to go. It's basically having a map of your journey, even though it's very uncertain. Nobody knows about the future, but you know about what you want to do and where you want to go. This is a basic. Okay, so I'm gonna start by sharing my screen into my keynote. Okay, so do you see me or do you see the screen, my PPT?
Yes.
My PPT, right? You see my PPT?
Yes.
Yes, we do see. Thanks.
Okay. So to start, I will tell you that this lecture is not about finding your goal. This is only about explaining you how to get from where you are to where you want to go, and why it is important to have a routine and a certain discipline in your life. The goal, where you want to be, your dream, is it is financially, in your business, or even your biggest aspiration, your spirituality, it's a destination, okay? But you have to go there. And having a strategy is having a map, if you want. It will help you navigate through life and to get there. But the routine and the discipline is a vehicle which is going to carry you every day of your life towards your goal. So if you don't have a discipline, it's basically trying to cross the Sahara Desert on your foot. You can get lost very easily. But when you're consistent and you're disciplined into what you do every day, it's basically having a road just trust for you. You just have to walk the road. Okay. So in summary, we're going to talk about willpower, discipline, which is the most important tool. We're going to have some talk about sacrifice, focus, consistency, and I will give you some tools to stay on track. Okay. So willpower. What is willpower? Willpower is the ability to control yourself and your impulses and action. Okay. To strongly determine that a lot. Wait, sorry, I just have a small issue here with this. Excuse me. Put this in the corner. Okay. So, strong determination that allows you to do something difficult without giving up or getting distracted. It's having self-control. So having willpower is very important because it is what will push you through the wall. When you have a difficulty, when you have a setback, when you have something bad happening to you, it is a willpower will help you go through certain things. It's very important, but it's not everything. How to get more willpower? So you need to get motivated, When I talk to you tonight, I want to empower you. I want to give you motivation to go through certain things. You feel empowered, you feel very motivated. The willpower is shared and you feel it, right? So through motivational book, motivational YouTube video, entrepreneur event like the one we are having right now. So you can get willpower through these things, but you have to understand something. Willpower or motivation, if you prefer, it is something which is scarce. It is not something which is consistent. You will have it today and tomorrow you won't have it. And this is a reason maybe like me, you had the same issue I used to have. You will start a project, you will be very motivated into this project for a little while. And then after you will feel like, oh God, I don't feel the same energy at the beginning. I don't feel like I had the same fire in me. And this is very normal because willpower and motivation is an emotion. And like all emotion, it comes and goes. You're not happy every day and constantly happy. You're working toward happiness, even through difficulty. but it is something that come and go. At some point in your life, you will feel sad. At some point in your life, you will feel angry. You will feel confused. So, to speak, at some point in your life, you will have the willpower and you will have the motivation, and sometimes you will not have it. So, willpower is not a reliable source, reliable tool to carry your whole dream and your whole purpose. Discipline is. So, discipline, it's one of the most, if it's not the most important thing you have to get in your life, because without discipline you're not achieving anything. You're not being consistent. You can for sure go and make a coffee to you for yourself. This doesn't require discipline. You just want to do it. But the thing that we all want to get, we want money. Money is not easy to make. You can cheat people and steal people, yes, let's say quote unquote easy money, even if it is not actually when you think about it, but just for the explanation, right? But to actually work every day towards achieving your goal, you can be sure at some point you will feel down and you will feel like you're not getting anywhere. So to believe that willpower and motivation will get you through this, as I told you, motivation is actually something that will go down. Majority of people rely on motivation to get things done, and when it runs out, which is always does, it always does run out the motivation. They give up and wait for the motivation to come again, and when motivation come again, you just like start where you left your project and you just try to go on and on, but this is not reliable. So the real trick is to rely on discipline and not motivation. Self-discipline. Self-discipline, it is the ability to control your feeling and overcome your weakness. The ability to pursue what you think is right despite temptation to give it up. We always, on the Friday night, want to have a drink with our friend. We want to do it. But is it the right things to do for our future? I mean, you have to be clear about what is your goal first. And when you know what is your goal, you have to think. Every decision that you're taking, is it bringing you closer to your goal? If it's not bringing you closer to your goal, it's bringing you further. And you have to make a choice and a decision. And you have to get the discipline actually to go away from your desire and your instant gratification and get what we call delaying gratification. So delaying gratification is basically the fact that you're not getting one today because you know you're going to get 100 later. But actually to go through this pain of feeling that uh, how, what is the word for that? I punish, is not really punish, but I punish myself of not having these things that I desire right now because I know that later I'm going to get something which is more valuable. It's a sacrifice. You have to get this delaying gratification mentality. The secret to self-discipline is to train yourself to think long-term and live in accordance to your long-term goal. When you have your long-term goal in mind, this is a moment where you realize that everything that comes your way and which is not bringing you closer to this long-term goal, it's a distraction. This means you are addicted to long-term goal gratification, not instant gratification. Instant gratification is all the things that you can get now and actually not bringing you closer to your goal, you know? Either you're having like on social, you spend time on social media, you go have a beer with your friend, you're smoking a cigarette, you're taking drug, alcohol, I wrote to you, Netflix partying, all those things is things that actually do not bring you any benefit right now. I mean, it brings you some kind of satisfaction right now, but on the long term, it's actually detrimental for you. And you know, the funny thing in life is the good things that you can get out of life is not easy get. All the things that we want is not easy get. All those easy get things that everybody can get right now is actually not really good for you. You know, smoking is very easy to get, drugs is very easy, alcohol, but all those things actually are detrimental for your body and your mind. So you have to understand that if you want a better life, if you want to be disciplined, if you want to go through your to work toward your goal, you have to understand that it's not coming easy and you have to be fine with it. You're not getting it right now, but it is a process. And you have to fall in love with the process and tell yourself, it's okay not to get this thing right now. I feel the pain actually not to having a downtime with my friend and partying. Yeah, I feel it, but enjoy this process and fall in love with it. When you fall in love with that, I'm telling you, it will be difficult for a time, but every time that you have a desire and you push back, you're actually making yourself stronger and more disciplined. So at the beginning, it is very hard and it requires, yes, motivation. When you feel motivation inside you, grab the opportunity actually to work upon it, because this motivation is not going to last. You use this motivation actually to implement certain habit. The habit of saying no when you want to get something which is instant gratification. Say no, it will make your mind stronger. And next time these things come to you, you will tell yourself, last time I said no, I'm strong enough to say no again. And you will say no again. If you do this enough time, you will realize that actually your mind is not even proposing you those kind of things, because the mind is always want to make you feel good. Your brain sends signal to you telling you this will make you feel good, have it. And your mind has to say, no, I stop it here. It's like a kind of third view person on yourself. Your brain is telling you something, but your mind is who you are, your soul. I'm not going into spirituality right now, but it's the way you view yourself and you understand your feeling and your emotion. There is technique to be better at this, which is basically meditation. We're going to talk about it. But when you manage to do this, you understand that when you have a desire coming into you, it is not you, it is your brain talking to you. And you have to stop it and think, is this bringing me closer to my goal or bringing me further away to my goal? If you want to have a beach body and you have a urge to eat some chocolate, you have to think, is this chocolate going to help me having six tabs or not? You have to understand what is your goal. This is why I told you at the beginning of this talk, goal is important. Without goals, the discipline and the routine is useless. So first things to do, and we're not going to do it today, is to define what you want in life, what is your goal. Because you can have a routine, but if your routine is not bringing you anywhere, it's like having a car driving, but you have no destination. Set your goal, and then after you can set your routine. All right? So to develop self-discipline, you have different points that can help you do it. You can implement all of them. You can implement some of them bit by bit. Actually, I will recommend you to implement all of them because all of them have their little magic. Okay? The one we just talked before was to resist impulses. When you want to do something, but this thing is not bringing you closer to your goal, and worse, this thing is bringing you further away to your goal, the fact of resisting actually create new pathway in your brain. Your brain will always want something which make you feel good. Human psychology is a search of pleasure. Why are we doing what we're doing? Is to have comfort in our life, to feel good about certain things. This is why a drug addict will continue to take drug, because it will continue to secrete is it endorphins, the molecule, which is produced by the brain when some drug addict will have their fix, basically. So it is not that they don't understand that it is wrong for their body. They know it. They feel pain after the high, but the brain is telling them, go for it because it's good for you. And they do not have this discipline to say no. So it is very difficult to get it, but when you get it and you feel motivated and you have help from someone to say no to certain things, it creates a new pathway in your brain telling yourself, okay, last time, your brain will basically say, last time I proposed him this, he said no. Let me ask again and again and again. And if you do this like for 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, your brain at some point will say, there is no point asking him because I already know the answer. This is how your brain works actually. So the fact of resisting impulses makes you stronger, and you will not feel the pain of saying no to something that actually you desire deep inside. Sometimes you have to make this kind of sacrifice. So the more you resist to impulses, the more you will feel disciplined and you will be able to say no to things that you want, because you know you're not getting one today, you're getting 100 later. So, and the only fact of knowing this actually make it easier. If you don't understand this psychology, you are just living through life, and things, your brain is telling you things and you don't even know your brain is saying this. But maybe now I'm talking to you about it, you realize actually this is true. I have never realized this about myself. because life is going through and we go to work and we have so many things to do, and we don't meditate on how our brain and how our soul is working, and we don't find this solution. But the more you read about the brain, the more you understand actually, okay, this is what is going on, and this is how I can help myself. It's very important. The second thing is to love pain. You know, when you endure something difficult and you go through it and you start enjoying these difficult things, you teach yourself that it doesn't matter how hard it is. I like to go through these dark places in my life. I like to push when I go to the gym and it burns my muscle, but I still go through it because I know I just enjoy it. When you teach yourself and your brain, telling yourself that you love those things, even if it's painful, have this internal talk inside you telling you that you love it. You know, it's difficult. I'm working hard. I'm so tired. Tell yourself, I love it. Say it with a high voice. You know what I mean? Say it out loud. I love it. And the fact of saying I love it, you just imprint in your brain the memory of the pain and saying I love it. And over time, you will realize that actually, when it's not painful, you are like, oh, something is wrong. Something is the spices is not there. You know, it's like eating chili food. At the beginning, you're like, it's so spicy for me. But the more you push, the more you start loving it. It is the same spice. It is the same chili you're putting in your food. But your brain decided to love the thing. So the painful things that you want to go through to get your success and to get to your goal, you have to learn how to love it and not avoid it. Because if you avoid it, you're just not going through this wall. To break through the wall, you have to love the pain and keep going and keep going and keep going. And a simple exercise that I'm going to give it to you. And I hope after this talk, I want you to take note and I want you to put like a chronometer. And in 1 hour, 30 minutes, I want you to go and to take a cold shower. And I want you to do it. And I want you to tell yourself that if you're not taking this cold shower, how can I be successful in my business? I'm not ready to do the difficult things. And it's not a big thing. It's just a cold shower. Yes, it's very uncomfortable. I give it to you. But the moment you take a cold shower and you're out of the shower after this cold shower and you tell yourself, wow, it was uncomfortable, but I did it, you will feel proud of yourself because you pushed through. And these feelings that you feel, it's the same feeling you will feel when you work hard and at the end of the day, you stop working and you feel like, okay, I could have spent my time on YouTube, on Facebook, but I actually push it hard, and it will give you a sense of self-worth. You know, you will feel good about yourself. And this feeling, even if you're not reaching your goal yet, it is a feeling that you want to have every day because it will make you feel confident. It will make you feel like you're actually doing something which is good for you. So if you want to be successful in your business, if you want to reach your goal, whatever it is, in 1 hour, 30 minutes, go take this cold shower. And after you tell me, okay? And it's not a big thing. It's just like cold water on your body. But our brain taught you that cold is not comfortable. God, I don't want, you know, and I take cold shower every day. And I tell you, every day my brain is telling you, is trying to talk me out of it. Mamu, don't go. Mamu, why are you doing this? You've been doing this for half a year. We got it. Now you're comfortable, you're disciplined. Why you need to do it? And this is an internal talk I have with myself. And I tell my brain, shut up, I'm going to do it again because you're just trying to bring me back to where I was before. So I'm going to take this cold shower and you don't have a say about it. And it told me, it was for a long time I had this internal talk. Now today is much better, even if sometimes I feel like I don't want to do it. But as soon as I have this thought, I tell myself, okay, shut up, just remove your clothes and go to the shower now. Don't think about it. And when you do it, and when I come out of the shower, I feel like I managed to control my brain and not my brain having control me. When your brain control you, your brain is going to do all sorts of crazy things for you actually not to suffer, for you not to go through the difficult things, but you need to go through the difficult thing to get what you want. You cannot have a super body without going to the gym. You cannot become a millionaire or billionaire without spending a lot of time working and making some sacrifice. So having to do this little exercise of going through the pain is going to help you build this mentality of going through the wall. The third point is exercise. Okay, not everybody has the opportunity to exercise first thing in the morning. I actually do it first thing in the morning. As soon as I wake up, I do my meditation and my prayer. And after, I'm going to the gym. By 7 o'clock every morning, I go to the gym, regardless of it's raining or snowing outside, it's cold, it doesn't matter. I put my clothes on and I go to the gym because it helps me wake up my body, and the secretion of endorphin in your brain and in your body is actually giving you this good feeling. And at the gym, I do like a high intensity, low intensity variation exercise. So every time I go to the gym, I actually increase the difficulty. Why? Because I want to go through this love pain kind of exercise that I told you. And exercising, the gym, will change your body. When it changes your body, it will actually give you self-esteem and confidence that you need. When you feel confident, it's easier to be disciplined, you know. And you need this. You need to feel good about yourself to be able to work with a peaceful mind. So when you do this and when you sweat at the gym, you feel actually you're making some progress. And gym is something you cannot cheat. A nice body, it's something that you cannot pay for. You have to go through the pain. So it teaches you a lot about your own discipline, how you can go. And you cannot get a nice body after 1 month at the gym. You need to go consistently for a year and a half before to see great results. So the more you go to the gym, the more you will realize, and it will just teach you about this discipline that you need. So exercise at least, I would say 1 hour per day. If you manage to do this every day, actually you don't need to do every day. I do it 5 days a week from Monday to Friday. So I have 3 exercise, which is heavy lifting, and I have 2 days exercise, which is training my abs and doing some cardio. You do whatever you want, what plane you want, but you need to get your body moving. And the more your body moves, the more you feel good in your body, you will realize actually you start to think better. Okay. So it gives you more energy. When you wake up in the morning, you feel energized. Gym is very important. Fourth thing is to eat clean. So what you put in your body is as important as the gym, is as important as your sleep. You cannot eat junk food and expect your mind to work properly. And I tell you, there's a very big difference of me eating healthy and me eating junk food. The moment I started eating healthy, I realized that actually my brain worked better, my sleep was better, and my bowel movement also was better, right? When I go to the toilet, I feel it's different. And I'm feeling more stronger. I feel like I'm more sharp on certain things. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just because it's all these parameter which makes me feel better. Maybe it's not about the food, but the moment I indulge myself for a few days eating maybe some junk food, I feel it in my body. And I feel like it makes me lazy. It makes me want to not work today and not sleep. But when you have good food in your system, I'm telling you, vegetable, clean meat, and a certain amount of fat. Don't think fat is bad. You need some certain amount of fat in your body. When you get this, actually, it makes you feel better. Okay, so eat clean. Meditation. So meditation has been taught and told by every guru, every business, everybody talk about meditation, and you don't know how true it is. And I'm talking to you about it today, and I feel like I just repeat what everybody said, but until you get through it, you just can't understand it. And you can have any type of meditation you want. Personally, my meditation, I don't do meditation for 20 minutes sitting every morning. My meditation is my prayer. I'm Muslim, so I pray 5 times a day. And I tell you, prayer do what meditation does. Meditation do not do whatever prayer does, because there is another dimension. I don't want to go theologian right now, but there is a fact of worshiping and everything. But when you pray, when you meditate, you get focus on the moment right now. So when I pray, I get focused on God and on my relationship with Him. But when you meditate, you can just simply sit in a chair in a calm room and not think about anything, just be there. This is meditation. And the fact of doing this is actually putting your brain at ease and not thinking. And the thought will come to you. You just have to shake it away. The thought will come, will say, hey, did you think about it? You say, wait, I'm meditating. I need to concentrate on my breathing. I will think about this later. You need to make this exercise to teach your brain that whatever thought coming at this moment when I'm meditating I put it aside. I'm not indulging any thought. I'm focusing. This will teach you focus. So when you start walking after that and you are trained meditating every day, whatever you do, you will be focused 100% on it. And focus is so important when you walk. You know, you cannot go on YouTube, on Instagram, or whatever it is. You need to be there. You need to be 100% on your task. Meditation will help you for that. It will bring you calmness, you know. It will bring you a certain strength, you know, like how to a certain power that's I don't know how to describe it. Only people who meditate actually can explain this. But if you're not meditating, do it. Start doing it 5 minutes every day. After you increase, do it 10 minutes, 20 minutes, as long as you want, but do it every single day. You know, there's a lot of video of how to meditate, so I'm not going to explain it to you, but basically meditation is focusing on the moment now, you know, and do it every day. Don't miss one day, even on the weekend, do it. And you will feel how it makes your life better, honestly. And yeah, I'm not even joking with that, you know. We hear it a lot, and I'm telling you today, you know, I cannot stress it more than that. You have to meditate. Everybody in this world has to stop at some point, you know. The life we are having right now is you wake up, oh, I have to eat my breakfast, I have to take my clothes, I have to take shower, I have to go to the work, and I take the train, and then, you know, there's so many people, it's shaking it every time. You don't stop. You never stop, you know. I pray 5 times a day, and I tell you, if I miss one prayer in the day, I feel very bad. I feel like I didn't have my break from this craziness, which is life. Life is crazy. It's non-stop. Only always thinking about something. You need some time to put your brain and to put your body at ease. I'm not thinking, yes, I'm working hard. Yes, but when it's time to stop, I stop and I do nothing. And when you do this, it's basically giving some more fuel to your body. You know, you cannot drive forever without putting fuel in your body. You need at some point to stop and fill the tank so you can go further. Meditation is the same thing. If you don't meditate, it's like you're trying to go and go and go and go, and you don't have fuel in your tank, and you're still trying to push. And this is how some people burn out. You don't want to burn out. What's the point of that? You know, whatever your goal is, I believe you want to enjoy it. You don't want to go and get to your goal, but your mind and your body is totally broken. You don't want that. So do some meditation. There's many type of meditation. As I said, you go on YouTube and you check for yourself. Okay. Very, very, very important is the sleep. Everybody knows it, but everybody go to sleep late. Everybody do not get enough sleep. I will not explain you the medical reason of that. You can go and check on YouTube why it is important, but be disciplined in your sleep. Go to sleep every day at the same time, and go to and wake up every day at the same time. And when you do this enough for a month and a half, you will realize that your body clock actually will reset up. Your body will be tuned, and you will wake up without the alarm, and you will feel tired at the moment to sleep, and your body is in sync. When you get your body in sync, my God, your life is like you're floating, and it's very, very important. And when you get minimum 7 to 8 hours sleep a day, after everybody is different. For myself, I'm between 6 to 7 hours. I feel that when I don't get enough sleep, first of all, I do not dream, and it's important to dream. If you don't get enough sleep, you don't dream. And if you wake up tired, you cannot do what you need to do during this day. You cannot work toward your goal. You cannot work hard. So the sleep is very important. It's actually the most important thing. You sleep enough, you wake up energized, and you can go through your day and do everything you have to do, and you will be focused. So go to sleep and wake up. And try to go to sleep early. Myself, I go to sleep by 10:30, 11. I try never to go over midnight. Sometimes it happens, but it's not a habit. Okay. Organization is very actually something quite simple. I will give you a simple trick to everybody to be organized. Organize anything that you get. You get your phone, you need to think, where do I need my phone? If you need it on the right side of yourself, this is the place your phone should be. The remote control for the aircon, where is it that I need it the most? For myself is when I come out of my room, I need it. So I put it on the furniture next to my room. Every day I use it and I put it back where it belongs. Any object which is around you, you have to think just for a second. Where is it that I need it? And where I need it, you find a place next to it. And when you use it, you put it back there. And this is a simple way to be organized with everything you do. As simple as this. You don't need to some tricks, some drawer or some post-its that you put. No, you just need to think, where do I need these tools? This is where its place should be. When I'm done with it, I leave it there. So you don't need to look for your key. You don't need to look for your calculator or whatever. No, this is simple, clean, organized, and be organized. An organized surrounding is a reflection of an organized mind. Okay. Time management. Time management deserve a lecture on its own, but you basically have to plan. You have to plan based on your goal. So your goal is the most important things to get, as we said. And to get your routine, you have to think, okay, what is my strategy to go there? So I want to make, for example, let's say 1 million by next year. Let's say something crazy, okay? And what is my strategy to go there? Okay, let's say my strategy is I have to sell socks. How much I sell my socks? Okay, so that means I have to sell this much socks to reach to 1 million. And then you have to think every month, how much socks do I have to sell to actually reach my target? And then after you break it down to every week, how many socks do I have to sell? And then every day, how many socks do I have to sell? Then now you know what is your goal for the day. This is how you do your routine. You go backwards. You think about this year, you think about maybe in 10 years, what you want to achieve. Sorry. What you want to achieve within 10 years, within 5 years, within 1 year, and you go backwards based on your goal. And so when you do this, you realize, okay, this is what I have to accomplish this year. What is the best way to accomplish this thing? And you have to think not about 1,000 things, you have to think about 1, 2, 3 things. And among those 3 things, you have to implement 1 thing. So the 2 other things is a backup plan. But this 1 thing that you have to accomplish, it is your goal every day. If you have to sell, if you are in a sales business, the only thing you have to do every day is to make sales call and to reach to prospect. You don't need to go online and have a Instagram account that you put content in it or all these distractions. No, you need to reach to customer. That's the only thing. Every day I need to reach to customer. You know, today when you go online and you start opening an online business, there's so much distraction. Everybody is trying to sell you an info product. Everybody is trying to sell you a course or a tool that can help you get customer, can help you get no. You need to get customer, you need to sell every day. What do you have to do? You have to do sales call. You have to reach to your customer and you have to pitch to them. And the more people you will pitch to, the more customer you will have. Is a number game, as simple as it. So you set your goal for a year and you go backward and you see, okay, today how many people do I have to reach? For how much do I need to sell? And you work like this. And I'm not talking about all the detail, about the detail. Everybody has different plan, everybody has different strategy. So I cannot go through this with you. You have to go by yourself. You have to talk to a mentor, talk to people who already achieved what you've done. But basically, planning is this way, backward. Gratitude. You always have to look at the future. Always looking to the future, can cause you fear, anxiety, stress. Practice gratitude daily to balance yourself. Sometimes you have to stop and to look at where you are, what you have in your life, and understand that some people got less than this and feel happy about it. Feel happy that I don't even know you and I can mention 50 things that you can be grateful for. So you can do it every day. You can be grateful for your eyes, the ability to see when some people are blind, the ability to hear when people can't hear. You know what I mean? Have you ever imagined, and I want you to ponder about that, what will happen to you if you lost your eyesight today? You will be in the dark and your whole life will change. So be grateful for what you have today and understand that you can do much more than what you're doing right now. You can get discipline. It's just a will, and it's just a habit to get, you know. There is this motivational speaker who has no arm and no leg. I forgot about his name. I haven't even read his book to be so, because I already know what he's talking about, you know. And every day I'm thinking to myself after I finish my prayer and I do my gratitude and I'm being grateful, I just think about this guy. If this guy with no arm and no leg can make it, what excuse do I have, right? I'm so grateful for what I have, and I have to understand that even if I'm not where I want to be, what I have today make me happy, and I should keep on the thought and not feeling stressed because I don't have this, I'm not there yet, I feel like a failure. This guy was a billionaire by the age of 25. Or get off the wall, you know. Yes, there's so much information today trying to tell you that actually you're a failure, but those also, you know, some when you read book actually about successful people, and this is something I tell you should read every day. Doesn't matter, 5 page, 20 page, read every day. And read book about biography of successful people, and all the story of failure and persistence and difficulties they had in their life is never taught. Nobody talk about that in the media. You always talk about the success story of Michael Jordan, all the success story of Bill Gates and whatever. But when you read book about them, you realize, oh my God, actually those people, they went through a lot, you know. And when you understand that, it makes you feel like, okay, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm happy with what I have right now. And it makes you feel confident to continue working. You know, this is what gratitude does to you. So be grateful and do this exercise every day. Every day before to start working, you just take your notebook or your diary for the girl. You just write 3 things that you're grateful for, and just think about it. What am I grateful for today? Even if it is having a cup of coffee, be grateful, write it. Do this exercise every day, and you will see that how it change your perception and how it make you feel better. You don't start working stressed. You feel grateful, and when you feel at ease with your heart and with your mind, you are much more productive and much more efficient when you work. That's why it is so important to be grateful. And the last one is to be persistent. You know, it is it is something very important. As I mentioned at the beginning, it what helped me not giving up. You know, just to have your goal and to know that you can achieve it, and to convince yourself, even if it's difficult, even if you're not there, even if you're at the bottom, believe that you can make it. Is I don't know what trick I can give actually for persistence. It's just something that you need to develop. And when you have someone who believes in you and keep telling you that you can make it helps. And one of the tragedy of our world is that children goes to school and they encounter teachers that tell them they are not good for nothing. They are not good for math. And this breaks people's life, you know. Everybody is able to do anything. It just takes a lot of sweat and a lot of blood, right? But the fact that someone actually is encouraging you, it can help you push any limit that you never thought you could do. The persistence is something that it comes from encouragement, and it comes also from yourself. If you have nobody telling you those things, you have to tell it to yourself. And you have to tell it to yourself every day, and you should not miss a day. What I do every morning is I read my goal and I read some positive affirmation, and this is what it does to you. Because the more you repeat something, the more it seeps from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. And when it is in your subconscious mind, it's basically something you believe and something you don't need to think about. But by repeating to yourself every day that I will make it, it might be difficult, but I will make it helps you push. So when the difficulty come in front of you, you just feel like, yes, it might be difficult, but I know how we make it, because you told yourself 1,000 times that you're gonna make it. This difficulty come in front of you is not you believe you will make it, is you know you will make it. This is what persistence is. So get some positive affirmation that you tell yourself every day. And you know, every little point that I told you right now about developing your self-discipline and your persistence, it is so important. You know what I mean? It's so important. I cannot stress it more than that. Get yourself to do this. This is more important than getting knowledge. This is more important than getting skills, because when you have those basic skills, everything else will flow. If you don't have this, everything that you're trying to do will be like a wave form like pattern with high and low. Sometimes you will be high, sometimes you will be low, sometimes you will be high. But when you get this self-discipline, you just like constantly going from down to up, 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 reaching your goal because you have this discipline. The discipline is carrying your dream and yourself to the top instead of going up and down, up and down. When you don't have discipline, whatever you're trying to do, sometimes you do it and sometimes you don't do it. And sometimes you do it and sometimes you don't do it. This is why people lose weight and they gain weight. And they lose weight and they gain weight. This is why you start a project, you're up on it, and then after you stop doing it. And then you go again and then you stop. And it's inconsistent because people are focusing on whatever they're trying to achieve. What you're trying to achieve is good, the strategy is good, but as I said, you need a vehicle, and the vehicle is a discipline. Get your discipline. Get your goal first, and then get your discipline, and it will help you go toward your goal. Okay? I need to drink a little bit. Any question on what we talk about?
There's fire in the chat, huh? You didn't see, huh?
I didn't see the chat. No, I'm sorry.
I'll just say a few things about the chat because when you were talking, for example, about the love pain, so some people were liking it and trying to emphasize that, yeah, I love pain, as well as the challenge that you gave for the cold shower. So people will take it, and we will have maybe feedbacks in the group later. And also for the trainings, yeah, people are also sharing that they are trying to do things. And I think it's important to say that it doesn't matter what it is and how long you do it. It matters to keep going. I think that's what matters the most. I'll let you continue now.
It is, okay. So we're gonna talk about
last thing, guys. If you have questions, maybe you can write it so you don't lose it, and maybe at the end we can come back there. You can say it, or I can say it, no problem. So feel free to ask questions in the chat if you want.
Okay, just carry on. You can ask your question at the end, guys. So achieving your goal is about sacrifice. You know, you cannot have everything in life. You can do anything you want, but you can't do everything. And anyone who tells you can do everything and you can have it all is a liar, because our time and our energy is limited. Okay, you can do a lot of things. Some people do a lot, but we all have 24 hours in a day, and certain things just takes time. And you have to understand that sometimes you have to sacrifice. Sometimes you sacrifice things that you don't want to sacrifice, right? And you should sacrifice things which are not important. And by not important, it's not my job to tell you what is important or not for you. Everybody has a different perspective, and nobody should be judged for what he believes to be important. For me, it's very simple. God is the most important, my relationship with him, and then it's family, and after family it is business. As simple as this. So every day when I'm doing something, I'm telling myself, should I sacrifice something for that? So I'm not sacrificing anything for my relationship with God. I'm sacrificing maybe time with my family if I need to be worshipping, for example, but I try to find a balance. Okay, so none of them is really actually a sacrifice for the other. But if you tell yourself that you don't want to give up your Netflix night with your friend on Saturday night because it's very important, is your relationship with your friend, that's totally okay. But maybe you're sacrificing what is your goal and everything you should be doing to reach this goal, to spend time with your friend. This is a choice that you make. But if your goal is to have a successful business, at some point you have to decide not to go have a beer with your friends. Sometimes you have to decide that the Monday soccer game that you're going to play with some people at the football field, you have to sacrifice certain things. You have to tell yourself that, okay, this is what I want to reach, and I cannot reach it if I keep having the same lifestyle that I'm having right now. because the same lifestyle that you're having right now got you what you got. If you want to get something different, you have to get a different lifestyle, and you have to be conscious of it, and you have to understand it. But this sacrifice should not be something that should be frowned upon. It should not be seen as negative, because when you get your goal and you know you want to get these things in particular, you have to tell yourself that anything that I'm sacrificing is actually a stepping stone to reach this goal. So maybe I'm sacrificing something today that I can always get tomorrow, right? I can always have a party time and everything when I'm done and I reach my goal, right? But see any sacrifice as a fuel that you throw in the fire which is inside you. You know, every time you sacrifice something, you should tell yourself, I'm sacrificing this today. I cannot fail. I cannot stop working toward my goal because I put this on the side just to try to reach my goal. I'm going like all in 100%. I'm not even looking back. And this is the kind of mentality you have to develop and you have to tell yourself. Sorry. So this is a quote for you. It is unknown. It is not from me. I read it a long time ago, and it just like resonated to me. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes a sacrifice. As simple as this. You cannot have it all. So how bad do you want it? Everybody can talk about dream. You know, everybody say we as a human as a human race, we are a lot of sweet talker. We have a lot of mouth. We can say a lot of things. But when it comes to sacrificing things actually you care about, you see who is a talker and who is actually dedicated to reach his goal. What priority is the most important for? Sacrifice, as I say, fuels a fire inside you. Every time you sacrifice something, it is like taking and throwing it in the fire inside you. It makes you more energized. You should not see it as something which is negative, as I said. You should see it as something actually that gives you more energy, more reason to succeed, more reason to work harder, more reason to never give up. Because you sacrifice so many things. Now I cannot just like look back. If I give it up now, it's like everything I sacrificed before is going to waste. That's what you have to tell yourself. No, every time you sacrifice something, I cannot give up. I cannot abandon what is my dream because I sacrificed so many things. And when you look at all the people who are quote unquote successful, I don't like the word successful, but let's say high achiever, people who reach their goal. When you look at what they achieve and when you read about their story, you realize that those people actually, they had to give up a lot of things that was important for them. They had to sacrifice. And the more success they had, the more sacrifice they had to make. But they're feeling fulfilled because they reached what they wanted to reach, and they're always aiming for higher and higher. And me personally, I want to tell you, like my life is pretty simple, pretty basic. Every day I woke up, I need to do, I can tell you my routine later, but every day is basically the same day. I don't have any hobby. I don't spend time with my friend, which I love, but I decided that what I wanted to achieve is more important than my relationship with them. And anyway, after a certain age, after you reach 30, you realize that everybody pretty much have his life, have his children, have his family. So even if you have phone calls here and there, is not like before. But sometimes you have to understand me. For example, you ask me, Mamu, do you want to go out Saturday night? I will tell you no. It's not because I don't want to spend time with you. It's because I have my routine. I have to wake up the next day. I have to do certain things. You know, all the money that I have is in my business. I don't have any money in my bank account. I don't have any saving because I want to go all in. I don't want to feel myself like I'm not putting 100% into what I want to achieve. So every time I make a dollar, a euro, I put everything back into my business. It is important for me because this is the thing I want to reach. And if tomorrow I lose everything, I will not feel bad about it. I will feel, of course, you will feel like shit. What did I do? But you will feel like actually I've been true to myself. And this is the thing with sacrifice. And when you have a goal and a strong thing that you want to achieve, whatever you sacrifice for it doesn't feel like loss because you give 100%. But if you sacrifice and you don't give 100%, and there's certain things you sacrifice and certain things you don't, you will always feel like I should have not done it. If your goal is strong enough and this is the thing you want to do, sacrifice for it because we have only one life. You know, you don't know how your life can turn, but at least if you die trying to achieve the thing you want to achieve, you will die happy, even if you don't reach it. But if you don't sacrifice certain things, you will always think, what will happen? What will have happened if I did sacrifice those things? Maybe my life will be different. Maybe I will get what I want to get. I will never know. And I believe regretting something, we all have regret about things we've done in the past, and it doesn't feel good, you know. So that's a very big advice I'm giving you, is don't be reluctant to sacrifice for your goal. We're going to talk a little bit about focus, not much. Focus is something like uh, me before I was like super unfocused. I will get on my laptop, I will work a little bit, and then I will think, oh, okay, what's going on Facebook? And I had all those notifications on my phone telling me, okay, someone liked your picture, someone did this, someone did that on a social media. And I will try to watch a YouTube video, and I will look at another YouTube video. And before you realize, you spend like 1 or 2 hours on YouTube or Facebook or doing something which actually not help you working toward your dream. And I had this big problem of focus. And every day you wake up with a certain amount of energy, and this energy keep depleting the whole day. And you will realize that you will not focus on anything.
Hi, is it me freezing or it is Mahamou?
I think it's Mahamou.
Ah, okay. Let me
Yeah, maybe his network. So let's wait some moment. He
let
will
me
probably
tell,
come back.
let me tell him on the chat. Maybe he doesn't realize he's blocked. Cool.
Hello.
Yeah, Mahamou?
Do you get me now?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. I see you're calling me.
Yeah, because I wanted to tell you that maybe you don't realize you're blocked. Okay.
Okay. I didn't know it was freezing. I'm sorry. Okay. Do you still see me?
Yeah, I can see you and hear you now.
Okay. When did you stop?
At the beginning of the focus, because you said you were always on Facebook and YouTube, and after you realize you're 1 or 2 hours in that.
Okay. No problem. So what I was saying is I was very distracted, and your environment is very important. When you set your environment in a way that you don't have any possibility for distraction, it helps you focus. But focus is basically, I write it, it's a simple equation to understand, you know, the amount of energy you have plus the focus you have is giving you that much result or more results. So the more focused you are when you do something, the better you will do that thing, the more results you will get from that thing. So let's say simple, you wake up every day with maybe 10 units of energy, just to make it understandable for you. And you have a focus rate of 1. So you will multiply your focus by the energy you will get. For 10 energy, 1 focus, you will get 10 results. But let's say now you are more focused today and you double your focus by 2. So because you're more focused, the result you will get actually double. You will get more things done because of your focus. And focus is just simple, you know. I don't believe myself in multitasking. Someone who says I can do many things at the same time, I don't believe it is true. I think it's a myth. Okay. Some people say I'm a multitasker, but actually when you're multitasking, you're not getting things done as quick as you will if you focus on one thing, finish it, and just then focus on the other thing. Because every time you need to stop an action to start another one, this is wasted time, you know. Let's say you stop making your content. Sorry. You stop making contents for your Instagram accounts, and you want to start doing some copywriting. The moment you close the file and you open the other file and you find the file, okay, this is where I was, and you need to get thumbs up to get actually deep into the subject, this is wasted time. And every time you jump from one task to another, there is this certain amount of wasted time. While when you focus on one thing, it takes a certain time to get into the task. And as much as you get into the task, you're doing more and more and more. And you don't have this downtime because you're switching from one task to another. So every day, tell yourself like, okay, today it is the one thing I need to do to get toward my goal. One thing. And you do this thing until you finish it. And when you're done with it, you can think about, okay, what is the next thing I have to do? But when you think, I have this to do, and I need to talk to this guy, and I need to prepare this, it makes you feel busy. You make a lot of movement. You know, you in French, we say brasser de l'air, meaning you move some air. You move a lot of air, but you don't actually get a lot of things done. So it's very important to focus yourself on one thing you need to do and focus on that thing, finish it. And when you're done with this, move to the next thing. And don't think like, okay, I stop here, I'm half in it, and let me do a little bit of that, a little bit of this. You're not going anywhere this way. You cannot increase your energy. You can maximize your energy, of course, by going to sleep early, by going to the gym, doing some meditation. You can maximize it, but you cannot increase the energy. And every day you have a certain number of hours of work. For myself, I work 12 hours a day. I know that if I work more than that, I'm not being efficient. Maybe there's something I'm not doing quite right, but this is what works for me. 12 hours per day. And I need my 6 to 7 hours sleep. And I realize actually if I'm sleeping like 8 or 9 hours, I'm waking up tired actually. I'm not waking up at the best of my ability. This is what works for me. It is not a truth. It is what works for me. So maybe for you, you have another set. You have to discover what works better for you. So try something. Try to wake up earlier. Try to sleep a little bit more. Try to walk maybe a little bit less and see if you're more focused by doing a certain thing. And one thing I want you to note, and it's very important, don't walk straight from the morning to the lunch and then straight from the lunch until you finish work without having a break. Don't do that. You know, you feel like you're working and you're grinding and you're going through it. Myself, I do this. I work for 50 minutes and I break 55 minutes and I break for 5 minutes on my working time. So 55 minutes and 5 minutes rest. Sometimes I do 50 minutes, 10 minutes rest. It's helping me actually to regulate this flow. When you're like too much in it, sometimes you need to just sit. And when I'm telling you I'm taking a breath, I'm not going out for a walk. No, I just walk to my balcony and I pet my cats. And I maybe go to the toilet and I drink water, and this is what I do. And then after I come back, I sit and I continue. You know? So there's a difference between taking a break or shifting from one task to another. When you're taking a break, your brain's still on what you're doing. Even if you're gonna take a break, you're gonna pet your cat or do whatever you want. When you come back, you know where you are and when you continue. You don't need to shift. Your brain don't need to process different information to start something different. Okay? Leverage, you can't increase much with the energy. That's what I told you. You can increase the energy, you can increase the focus. Things that increase the focus: exercising, good food, good sleep, meditation. Good food, good sleep, meditation, and the gym. This is what will help you increase your focus and maximize your energy. Consistency. It's one thing to have a routine, to set your routine, but if you're not doing every day the same thing, it doesn't matter. You can pour 1,000 liters of water on a rock at once and nothing will happen. But if you take this 1,000 liters and you drop it drop by drop on this rock day after day, what will happen? You will have what we call erosion. This is the power of doing things every day. When you do things every day, it actually becomes a habit. And once things become a habit, it has much more power and it's much more lasting than doing something crazy, working hard. Today, for one day, I work for 18 hours. Yes, but if you're not doing something every day, it doesn't bring you anywhere. You need to work consistently rather than working hard. I repeat this. You need to work consistently rather than working hard. Okay? Someone who tells me that he managed to lose 1 pound per month during 2 years, for me is looks much more disciplined than someone who lost 10 pounds, but for 1 week. This doesn't make sense to me. You need actually to get the discipline of doing things every day in a consistent way, because this is what will get results. Very, very, very important. And how to keep track actually of the consistency, how to stay on track, is to have a clear goal of what you want to do and read your goal every day. When you read your goal every day, you know what you're doing, what you do. It helps you every day. Either it is on your phone, or you take a sheet of paper, or you even printed it in a how to call this? Doesn't matter. You make it like very nice, and you have something that every day you plastify basically your goal, and this is what you want to achieve in life. Read it every day. I read it every day after doing my spirituality. I read my goal for 30 minutes. I read my positive affirmation. I read a memo of who I want to be, and I read this every day. Why? Because every morning I might wake up, I might not actually think about what I'm doing. And human being is a forgetful creature. We forget sometimes, even something which is as important as our goal, we may forget it while we're doing things. And sometimes people lose track of why they're doing what they're doing, you know? And maybe 1 year, 2 years into your business, you totally forgot why you started doing your business, and everything you do doesn't reflect actually who you are and your vision, the vision you had at the beginning. But if you repeat to yourself every day, why am I doing this? What I want to achieve? It gives you fuel, and it helps you understand that you have to keep going through that. It's so powerful. Yet, not much people are actually doing it. Some people don't understand, and some people don't believe that actually that is seen some kind of woo-ha magic kind of things. There's no magic into this. There's nothing magic. You know, all this book called The Secret, on the self-help book, it is not magic. It's basic human psychology. And when you understand it and you implement this to you, this is where you start seeing results. And the result is not necessarily your goal. The result is you're working toward your goal and you have some kind of progress. This is what success is. You progress every day toward your goal. This is what success is. Because you know you're working towards something you want, towards something you believe, toward a vision. So read your goal every morning. Don't write. You need to write everything that I'm telling you. This is one of the things you have to write. Read your goal every morning. Spend time defining your goal, spend time writing it, spend time writing a description of yourself. Make it like, okay, this is an exercise for you. You're a journalist and you're interviewing yourself in 10 years. And not interviewing, sorry. You're writing an article about yourself in 10 years. Who are you? What did you achieve? What is your character trait? What charity work do you do? How much money you have in your bank account? Who do you know? What kind of influence do you have? How many children you have? I want you to write a clear description of who you want to be in 10 years and make it crazy. You know, don't think like I will not be able. No, make it crazy. If you want to be a billionaire, just write it. It doesn't matter because it is a dream. And if you don't dream it, if you don't already believe it as a dream, it's just never gonna happen. But the moment you write it and the moment you read it every day, this is what your brain will start believing. And when your brain starts believing this, it will be much more easier to be disciplined and consistent and focus into what you're doing. And because you're consistent and you're focused and you're disciplined into what you're doing, the result will start to pop out. And when results start to pop out, you will feel like, oh my God, I'm actually working towards these things. And you will put even more effort doing this thing, and you will be more consistent and more focused and more disciplined. And because you continue believing in these things, you keep putting action. And because you have action, you have a feedback. And when you look at the feedback, you're like, oh my God, it's crazy. I'm working actually. I actually can make it. It is a feedback loop. Your brain is a feedback loop. You believe into something, you take action massively into these things, you have a result and you feedback. Sometimes the result is not about what you want to get. You have to understand, okay, where am I doing something wrong? It happens a lot. To most people, it happens more than success, actually. But to the successful people, it happens a lot and a lot of time. But persistence in finding those things, the right click into their business, into their life, actually what makes them successful. And I read this quote today of I forgot who it was. I think is the founder of Founder magazine. He wrote that successful people is unsuccessful people who manage to keep going through the thing. You know what I mean? Successful people have been unsuccessful at a certain point, a lot, but they keep going until they find the right click for them, the right formula, if I can say, even if it is not really a formula. So consistency is about goal. As long as you really agree.
Excuse me, we cannot see anymore your screen. Maybe you can stop sharing and sharing it again.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing. Now I see
Okay.
nothing.
Do you see? No?
I am not seeing anything. Is someone seeing something? Because few people
No.
cannot see.
Yes,
Okay.
I can see.
You can see
I don't
it?
Okay, I don't see
think
it as well.
see it, but there's nothing.
Because it was frozen on focus. Yeah,
Okay.
it was frozen on focus and it never changed.
No problem. No problem. Let's go. So, are you seeing it now?
No.
Okay. Are you seeing it now?
Ah, yes, now it's fine.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. So, okay, next point is like failure to reach the goal happens when you forget the goal, you get distracted, stop keeping track of the metric, and accept inefficiency. So it is important to know where you are. It is important to know where you want to go, and it is important to keep track of everything happening in between. Okay? For this, you need some kind of metrics. Let's say you have your import-export company, and you have some kind of financial goal. Let's say you want to have, let's say, $1 million US in your bank account. And now let's say you are 10,000 US in your bank account. So you know exactly how much you need to make. You know you need to have 990,000 US to reach your goal. So keeping track and knowing exactly how much you spend and how much you need to make every month to reach your goal within a year or within 2 years or within 5 years is something that should not be difficult to do. Yet, not much people are doing it. People are thinking that I'm going toward my goal, you know, but if you don't keep track of your metrics and you don't actually know where you are, it's basically not looking at a map when you're traveling. The map is here, you can look at it, but you're actually not looking at it. You're just guessing, and guessing is not bringing you any good. You can guess for some things that you can use your gut feeling for a lot of things, but not for that. When you have a goal, a clear goal, you have to know where you are right now, how far from your goal. Even if the strategy is wrong, it's okay. You know it's a wrong strategy, you have a feedback, you understand you have to change your strategy, that's okay. What's not okay is not to know where you are at the moment. So sometimes people, I talk to them, say, how is your finance in your company? You know, I don't know much, I think we're okay. I mean, how don't you know actually what is your finance into your company? You know, this is so important. How much money you pay, how much tax you pay, what is the turnover of your, I mean, you need to get very specific on the number and keep track of it. You need to keep track of your performance. When you go to the gym, if today you did maybe 10 squats, three set of 10 squats, and the weight was 60 kg, if you don't know that it was 60 kg, what's the point? You're not progressing. You're just like aimlessly walking, you know? You need to keep track. I personally keep track of my gym every day. And if I don't do it, I know I'm not progressing because it doesn't make sense. I need to know every month. I actually have a spreadsheet that I fill up with my gym performance every Sunday. This is my day where I actually keep all my metrics. Every Sunday, I write for how much time did I run? Did I run more? Did I run more kilometer? Did I lift more weight? And I write everything and I keep track of it. And I actually have a graph from my progression, and I can see, okay, I started this in 2018, and now we're 2020 June. Okay, my God, whoa, I had this up and this I had it down. What is it? Oh, I actually got injured at that moment. This is why it went down, and it went up again. You can see your progress. When you see your progress, it makes you want to do more. It makes you want to continue doing the things. Because if you actually don't see your progress, you feel like even if you're going higher than what you used to do, you don't know it, so you don't feel encouraged. So keep metric. Whatever way you're doing it, keep metric. And have a planning where you actually write, is like a calendar, and every day you have the most important task of the day. Okay, you don't read email, but if you have an important meeting, if you have an important task to do, you write it. Okay, and this, I do it every Sunday. I write it for the following week. And when I do this, actually, at the end of every day, I will either put highlight in green or highlight in red what I need to, what I did and what I did not do, in red if I didn't do it. So this keep me aware of my performance during the week. So if I have a lot of red, that means I was not really productive during this week. There's a lot of things that I said I will do and I didn't do. And the more green I have, the more happy I am. And the goal is to have everything in green. And when you have everything in green the day before, the day after, you don't want to be missing one thing. So it keeps you pushing and keep you more focused on what you do, because you don't want to get some red. Okay? Consistency. Keep your eye on the ball. The ball is a goal. So I'm going to share with you some tools to stay on track. I was supposed to do it last time, but actually a few people asked me about my, few people add me on WeChat. I'm supposed to play it on WeChat. Okay, doesn't matter. So the thing I was talking to you about right now is this planning. So I created one for you, like one dummy. So how it works, I have this pod. So every day, every week on Sunday, I have my routine. Sorry, it's in French, like a Sunday routine. So my Sunday routine is basically, I need to clean the house. I need to write all my metric about the gym. I need to fill up my my routine for the week. So for example, let's say we are Sunday today, and I need to make Excel spreadsheet about accounting, whatever. Right? So I will write it here, and I will write everything that I need to do during the day, the most important things. So the first thing I'm writing is the most important things of the day. And I don't have more than 5 things, because I don't believe in a to-do list.
Sorry, Mahamou, but you cannot see.
No, you can't?
No, we only can see your PPT. We are on your PPT now. Maybe you need to do again share, and you choose the file that you are.
Okay now? Is it okay?
Yeah, now it's fine.
Sorry.
Great.
I'm sorry. Okay. So as I was explaining, so I have my planning here. So I'm writing here what I need to do during the day. And you might have a lot of small things to do, but the most important things that you have to do, I don't believe you have more than 5 important things to do during the day. If I don't believe in to-do lists who are like 10 or 20 tasks long, this is so not efficient. It's I believe a waste of time. You maybe have 1, 2 or 3 things. And when you focus on those things, your day is being more productive. Tell yourself, is Aliko Dangote actually, who say, don't go to bed until you've done 3 productive things, you know. So 3 productive things is what target you should give yourself. And let's say at the end of the day, when I review what I did during the day, I will say, okay, I have a habit here to read for 30 minutes. Did I do it? I need to learn Chinese. Did I do it? Okay. And I need to learn from a business training video. Then if I did it, I will highlight it in green. If I didn't do something, I will highlight it in red. So this is basically what helps me keep a visual track of what I'm doing. And this is just visual. Like say, for example, this week I did all of this and it's all green. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, okay, I cannot break this track. I want to get everything red every day. And when I have something red, it actually makes me a little bit upset. So I know for following week I have to be a little bit better, and I have to understand maybe I had too many things to do during the day. This is why I got some rest. So it helped me actually regulate the amount of work that I'm giving myself. This is one of the things. The second thing that I'm doing is I have this. It helps me keep track of if I'm being actually disciplined during the day. So I will put the date here, and I will put my wake up time. So my wake up time is 5 o'clock. Did I do my mindset goal reading? So mindset goal reading, this is what I told you. You need to do some exercise on your mind and read about your goal every day. You need to repeat yourself positive things about yourself. You need to read about the person you want to be in 10 years. You need to read about what is your goal, your long-term goal, your short-term goal, and your daily goal. You need to read about it, and it helps you. It helps you actually focus. It helps you actually have this fuel inside you who make you work harder. So I would just put a coach. Did I go to the gym today? I will put a coach if I want to eat. The starting time. Every day I start at 9 a.m. and I finish at 9 p.m. My performance. This is how I feel I was productive today. Did I work a lot? Usually I will not exceed 80% because I believe we can always do more, right? 80% will be the maximum. And my bedtime is 11 p.m. And every end of the month, I will review this and I will check and I will make a graph out of all the data here, and I will see, did I actually stay on track or did I let myself go a little bit loose? So because you're seeing those metrics, it helps you actually see where is your consistency. And there's a clear relation between what's happening here to the number of green tabs that you have here. The more red tab you have here, the more I will see that actually I didn't wake up on time, I overslept, I didn't work the number of hours I was working, and my performance will be close to 30%. So I fill up this every Sunday, and every day at the end of the day, I will check did I do and did I not do. Okay, and this is every morning, every evening, sorry, I will just like fill up everything which is here before to go to sleep. And if I'm going to bed, I know I just put it 11 p.m. All right. Another thing that I'm using, but this is just for myself. It's not really, you don't really have to do it. Sorry. Okay, doesn't matter. So I told you every day you need to write 3 things that you are grateful for. This is what I'm doing here. So I'm writing what I'm grateful for. I'm writing today priority. This is what's happening here is a clear reflection of what you need to write in here. Okay. And you write your schedule for the day. So this is basically a file that I will keep open the whole day because I have my schedule on it. And I write what is going to make today great. For example, I have a sales call and I will love the sales call to be successful, and I rewrite it. I hope today is being a successful sales call. And I write my current project. You might have 1, 2, 3 different projects. You want to write it them. So when you read at this at the end of the month, you're like, okay, this is what I did. This is what I did. You have basically keep track of everything you're doing. And these things should not take more than 5 minutes to do, but you should do it every day because it's data about your business life. It's like keeping a journal of what you're doing. And when you do this, when you have, for example, a month where you have a lot of success, you know, you made a lot of money, you want to see actually what did I do in this month, like a year ago, in this month, I made a lot of money. What did I do specifically? So you will go and check about the action you've been doing during this month. You will check about what you've done during the day of this month. And because you have all those data, you know, okay, so this is the reason actually why I got this result. And you will be able to do more of that thing. You will be able to implement more of the things that give you the result. And the same thing, if you don't have a lot of results, you will realize, okay, maybe during this month I was not very efficient. What is the reason I was not efficient? And you will check, okay, this month actually I didn't wake up on time, I didn't do my gym, I didn't do my mindset, and it has a reflection actually upon your work. You understand? So this is 2 tools that I'm sharing with you, and it's pretty simple. So you can even make your own Yeah, the metric are very simple here. There is a date, wake up time, mindset, and goal, meaning reading your mindset and your goal, your gym. Something which is very important is every day, every month, I'm trying to get a new habit. So this is an example. It's not what I'm doing right now, but you have one habit, two habits, three habits. You can limit it to one or two habits. Myself, I like to do 3 habits every month. So every month, I will write at the beginning of the month, for example, read for 30 minutes. This is a habit I don't have and I want to get. So I need every month, every day, sorry, to read for 30 minutes. And when I do it, I know I can put this green. And the habit 1, 2, and 3, it is a thing that I should not miss every day. This is the most important thing, even more important than the thing that you have to do for your business. Why? Because this is about discipline. Okay, so you're learning about Chinese, you're learning from a business video, reading for 30 minutes. When you do this enough time for 30 days and you're being consistent about it, you will realize that after a month and a half of doing this, it will become a second nature. You will not have to think about it anymore. It will be something that you do because you do it. Like you are taught by your parent to brush your teeth when you wake up or when you go to bed, because your parent told you enough time, is something that becomes natural to you. So any habit that you want to take, you have to put the effort for 30 days of doing it consistently, and you have to write it in your journal. And when you do it consistently for 30 days, it becomes a habit. When it becomes a habit, it becomes actually very difficult to break from it, because you will feel like, I didn't read today. I feel quite awkward about it. When I don't go to the gym, I feel like I didn't go to gym today. It makes me feel bad. It makes me feel like there's something actually missing. So you want to get good habit in your life and get rid of the bad habit. For the bad habit, it's exactly the same thing. I used to smoke before, and actually I stopped smoking because, first of all, my wife asked me to stop smoking. Let's be honest, I love to smoke, but as hard as the habit is because I lost the habit of smoking. So after a month of not smoking, I felt like I was not even thinking about it anymore. I didn't have the need to smoke. It's more like I wanted to smoke because I like smoking. But even today, you ask me, do you like smoking? I will tell you, okay, I know it's bad actually. Maybe my mind changed about it, but I don't feel like I need smoking because the habit is out of the window now. So getting a habit or losing a habit is something that takes roughly 30 to 45 days to get into your brain, to create a new pathway. So when you manage to hold on these things for 30 days, 45 days, after it will not be something difficult anymore. So waking up every day at 5 o'clock to go to gym, it might be difficult the first time you do it. It might be difficult the second time, the third time, and you need motivation at that moment to keep you on. And what will help you, the motivation that will help you, is the goal. I don't know how you manage to keep this goal in your mind. If you want to print a picture of the body that you want to get and you put it on your refrigerator and every day you have to look at it to push you go to the gym, if this is what it takes, do it. If you want to be rich, if you want to put a picture of a bank account with $1 million in it, do it. But you need to get your mind to think about this thing. So when you feel like, I don't want to do this thing, this habit is killing me, no, you look at those things and it fuel and it gives you the motivation. And when you get this habit, the motivation is not important anymore because you're used to do it. And because you're used to do it, it brings good results in your life. And because it brings good results in your life, you feel like, oh my God, I'm working toward my goal. And this is the best feeling you can get, you know? Habit is most important, is more important. The discipline habit is the same thing, is the same word if you want. It's not the same word, but it means basically the same thing. Getting a habit is more valuable than having motivation. When you have a habit to read every day for 30 minutes, you read about business, you read about real estate, about finance. How can this not help you in your business? You're getting the knowledge of people who spend years learning something. And because you're reading 30 minutes, you can finish a book, honestly, within a week or two. And you have the knowledge of someone that spent maybe 30 years studying the stock market or this kind of. Do you understand how powerful this thing is? And yet, so many people don't read, and it's crazy. And I'm telling you, it's crazy, but I used to be a crazy one because I knew reading was important, but I didn't read. I felt like, oh, you can only watch YouTube video and you can learn a lot of things. Yes, you can learn a lot from YouTube, and I'm learning from YouTube every day for any kind of things. But reading is much more powerful because first, you're training your brain, and second, the knowledge is much more deeper into a book than what you can get into a video. A video is just a glance. We all read a book. Those who read Harry Potter, we all know that the movie is actually not explaining everything that's happening into the book. The book is much deeper. So you need to get yourself to read every day. And there is a study who says that the average CEO is reading 52 books a year. 52 books is one book per week. Maybe you're not there yet. It's okay. I'm doing one book per week right now, but I didn't start there. I started like 1 page a day, after 2 pages a day, 5 pages a day, then after one book per month, and then after I decided to read 2 books per month, and then after you feel like, okay, how can I read actually one book per week? And it's just a training. The more you do, the more you realize you can do more. There's no limit. Actually, it is your brain telling you that, well, one book per week is a lot. No, I read like close to between 30 minutes to 1 hour per day. It depends really of the time, but read, my friend, read, have this discipline, get this habit into you. And after whatever habit you want to get in here, just get it. If you want to learn, I put Chinese. Actually, I do like 15 to 20 minutes of Chinese every day.
When we spoke about it before, you said, "Yeah, of course you're going to learn somewhere else."
Hello?
Yeah, well, I know.
Sorry. Anything wrong?
Yeah, so no, someone was unmute, so I mute.
Okay, no problem. So you need to get this habit of reading, okay? So this is a tool that I'm going to share with you guys, and I hope that it will help you just keep track. But the discipline is not, there's no tool actually to help you get discipline. All the things that I told you is things that you have to train your mind. It is your mind that gets you discipline. It's not tool, it's not spreadsheet, it's not anything. It is your mind. But the mind, you have to understand how it works. And everything that I gave you today is actually gonna help you build this discipline into your mind. And it is something, it takes time, it takes effort. I'm not going to say it is easy. It's not easy. When you want and you're used to do a certain thing for many years, and when you need to stop doing that thing, it's not easy. It's not easy to stop smoking. It's not easy to start going to the gym consistently. It's not easy to not go on party every Friday, Saturday night to work on your goal. It's not easy. But I told you, you need to sacrifice at a certain point what you want to do for what is your dream and what is your goal. Okay? Okay, so I have like a few recommendations of some productivity hack. Your environment is very important. So even if you're the most disciplined person, you might be tempted at some point just like to go on YouTube, to go on Facebook or whatever it is. So you need to use certain tools to help you actually keep yourself on track and not create an environment. The environment, like 6 times out of 10, it will get you. So you need to make the environment propice for you to work and to stay on track and to stay disciplined. So first thing is like, I use like incense, some kind of scent in my home. It really helps me feeling better. When you feel good about your environment and it smells good and it's warm inside your house, you feel like more calm and more, you want to be here, I'm not telling you how it will be if it smells bad in your house. You just don't want to be there, right? So you need to use some kind of scent. Second thing I put is like don't replace a laptop computer with an iPad. Having an iPad actually makes you work from wherever you want. You can go on the sofa, you can go, if you're at work, you can, if having a computer and knowing that you're sitting here at the table and this is a place I need to work from. And I need to not move from here. And if you can, I know some people will actually not be okay with that, but at some point I used to work with a Ethernet cable, not with a Wi-Fi. So my Ethernet cable actually will link me here, and I will stay at my table, and I will be working from here. I will not be working from anywhere else, because this is where I wanted to be, and this is where I needed to be. I could not tell myself, okay, Mamu, go sit at the cafe, go downstairs in the park, and you can work from there. No, this is all kind of distractions that actually take you away from your goal. Your environment needs to be purpose for work. And my wife knows it. When she come out just now, she didn't talk to me because she know when I'm on my office, on my desk, she do not talk to me, because this is a place where I work. When I'm out of my table, yeah, things can happen. You can do certain things, but have this place in your home or at work, this kind of cocoon where you're working and where nobody knows, they cannot bother you. If you have an office for yourself, private office, put a word on the door that you don't want to be disturbed, because we all know how. When I used to work in a company, every morning we will have a meeting at 9. The meeting will last for 45 minutes to 1 hour. It is 10. And then someone will come to your desk and start talking about something. You haven't even checked your email yet. You haven't even started your computer yet. You have so much distraction. And then it's 11:30. It's time to go to eat. What have you done? You haven't done anything. You need to protect your productivity. Your time is so important. Everybody has 24 hours per day. If you do not protect your time, if you don't let people know that actually this is the time I'm working, I don't want to be disturbed, people will come and they will try to take time from you, because of course they need to achieve certain things by themselves. So let people know at certain time at work, you don't want to be disturbed. You tell them, I'm working right now, I will talk to you later. And say it, don't get distracted by those kind of things. I'm using for my computer an extension for Google Chrome called Kill News Feed. I'm working a lot on Facebook. I need to do some work on Facebook, but every time I get on Facebook, I get distracted because there is feed, there is this post. I need to read a certain thing. And as I told you, after 1 hour, you realize, oh my God, I've been spending 1 hour doing nothing, and I'm there and I wasted time. So I'm using this Kill News Feed. It basically disable every feed from anyone on Facebook. So you just contact people you need to contact. You look at the advertising that you need to look, and you don't get distracted from anything. And this, I highly recommend this app, this extension. You need to get it. The other one is hide recommendation, and this is for Google. You know, not Google, YouTube. When you are on the welcome page of YouTube, you have all those recommendations. YouTube just want you to watch video, you know. That's how they make money, right? They need to get your attention. And it's very difficult to not click on the video, because all the videos they recommend is video, you know, because of the algorithm, is things that you're actually interested about. So by getting this little hide recommendation extension for Google Chrome, it will hide all the recommendation. When you will, even when you have a video, sometimes on the right side, you have some kind of recommended or linked video, or actually in some kind related to the video you're watching. So you can actually shut this down as well. So the only thing you can see is the video. You can also shut down the comments. You know, we all want to read what people have to say about it. You can actually also shut this down. So the only thing you will see is actually the video that you need. So sometimes you might have some question about marketing on Facebook or this kind of things. The fact that you go on YouTube and having this little application, this little extension, you just go and get what you need to get, watch the video you need to get, and you can get out and go back to work straight away. You don't get distracted, because this is a trap. And when you get into this trap, it's very difficult to get out of the loop. You spend 1 hour, 2 hours on YouTube, and it's already the end of the day and you've done nothing. The third app I'm using is Get Flux. Flux is a super app.
Excuse me, Mahamou. People are asking, are you sharing something? Because we are still on the page of your habits. Or you are not sharing a screen now?
Yeah. So, okay, wait.
And also, if possible, maybe you can cut your camera and put it back, because it's a bit not so fluid. Maybe it will help.
Okay, check this. I stopped my video, and I wonder why it's weird. share the screen. So are you on my PowerPoint now?
Yeah, now we can see your PowerPoint. Can you put back
Okay.
your camera?
Okay. Is that okay? Isabelle?
Yes. Attends, wait. Yeah, now it's me, I have a problem. Attends. Yes, it's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah. Say something, move. I can watch it. It's fine.
Can you see me?
I can see you. It's a bit like in slow motion, but it's okay. We can hear you good, perfectly, so it's fine. And now we can see the screen, so that's cool.
Okay. So I was talking about those different apps. So there's a Kills newsfeed, there's a hide recommendation for YouTube, and Flux. Flux is an app actually that help reduce the light of. It makes a yellow light on your laptop, and this is very important. You know, it helps you basically sleep better. After a certain time, you should not have very powerful light from your computer because it actually do not get some kind of it stress your eye and your brain. So when you go to sleep, you feel like super awake when you have like the normal light. But this app actually makes your screen yellow, which actually put your eyes at ease. And when it's time to go to sleep, actually you have no problem going to sleep. The next app is Momentum. Momentum is an app. I hope guys you're taking notes now. Momentum is an app actually that is an extension for Google. You know, when you open Google, you always have this most seen website recommendation, you know, things you can click on because you already visited the website. This is also a distraction. Get Momentum actually put a page with a nice view, nice picture, nice scenery picture with a quote at the bottom. And you can go make your search on Google without having to go through this more commonly visited website. Recommendation, figure out a way to loop Instagram. Okay, this is if you are doing like some Instagram posts, you have like an Instagram page and you're having customer on it. So I recommend you like to have a 30 days post like I'm doing, and every day you're posting something. So actually you're not wasting time on Instagram thinking about what you need to post. You make it like I do it every month for my 3 Instagram accounts. I think about what I want to post, what I want to share, and I prepare it. So I have a file where I have the picture, I have the quotes that I want to say, whatever I want to say, and I have the hashtag. So I just need to copy paste what I need to share and put the picture on Instagram, and it's done. I don't spend more than 10 minutes a day on Instagram because Instagram can also be like a lot of time eater. You have to be very careful of it. I delete all social media app from my phone. I have no app of Instagram, of Facebook. I share Instagram actually from my computer, and I don't have Twitter. I don't have all of these because it's just a waste of time. I have a very few apps on my phone actually. My phone is to call and to send message on WhatsApp. That's all and WeChat. All the rest I deleted it. And I recommend you actually to do it if you're not working into social media. It's a very big distraction, or at least if you don't want to do it, at least mute the notification. Put the notification at 0, and you should not even have the little circle, you know, the red circle telling you like you have 1 like or this kind of thing. Remove everything. So if you don't go into the app is not telling you anything, because the moment you have a like, the moment you have something, it makes you want to go and check this thing. You know, discipline is good, but if you can make your life easier by not being tempted by it, just do it. It will make your life much better and your discipline even much more on track. Delete your social media if you can. If you don't want to, put the notification on mute. If you have a lot of traction on social media, you might think about getting a community manager that actually will manage your social media for you. This is something you have to think about, okay? for your environment, be careful of the light around you. You know, when you have the incandescent light is good, but when you have this fluorescent light, the one with the gas inside, sometimes it makes this flickering, and it's very, very bad because it's like a stress your nervous system, and it makes you feel tense. You know what I mean? You're not at ease. When you have incandescent light, it's very good and makes you feel like the light is not aggressing you. So if you can change this light, it's good. If you have like some kind of pet at home, like a dog, I will not recommend, because a dog, you have to walk the dog out. Well, if you have a dog, you keep it, but I will not recommend you to get a dog, because if you want to walk, that is not a good option, except if your girlfriend, your wife, or someone in your family takes care of it. But cats are good, you know, they take care of themselves, they're good. If you have bird at home, you know, it always make you feel connection with nature and with animal is something that actually energizes you in some way. I have cats at home, and I don't know, I feel, you know, when I'm having my break and I go pet them, it makes me feel good. Having some plants at home or some scenery on a green is something that also helps. Having a comfortable desk, having a comfortable chair is something which is good. If you can have a cleaner that come and clean at home, this is very good for productivity, because you basically don't have to do the same. If it comes maybe twice or 3 times a week, it will keep your home clean. The home is clean, it makes you feel good, and you work in a better environment is something that actually makes you want to work more, make you want to be more disciplined, make you want to be more organized. So if you have a cleaner, it's good. If you have enough money, you earn enough money to have a chef, I will recommend you to hire a chef. If you earn maybe like more than 25 to 30,000 renminbi here in China, you should get a chef. You know, it's a little budget, but she will make your life much more easier, because when you need to go buy things, you need to come home, you need to cook certain things, you need to wash a dish after this. This is all time actually that can, you know, you could manage certain time. If you have, like me, a wife who loves to cook, which is good at it, perfect for you. You know, you don't have to worry about that.
So are you sharing the screen? Because we are still on the productivity hacking.
My God, I keep changing the thing. It just doesn't work. Okay. My God. Okay.
Very strange.
Very strange. Where are you now? Do you see? I'm sharing. Votre partage d'écran. My sharing screen.
On the productivity hacking, personally. Now you didn't share anything.
Yeah, that's very weird. Partager l'écran. Okay.
Voilà. So there is a question looking like she raised hands.
Who has a question?
Awa?
I'm so sorry. I was trying to see, because I was also having the screen share problem, and then unfortunately my hand pressed on it. So sorry for that.
Okay, no problem.
No problem. Okay.
Let's continue.
I think I will leave it like this, so it's better. Do you see this my routine page?
Yes, can see that.
Okay, so I will just go through my routine with you, what I do every day. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, so I pray, and this is my spiritual time for 30 minutes. So I do my prayer, and I read the Quran, which is like the Muslim book. I read it for 25 to 15 to 20 minutes every day. This is my connection and my spirituality, something which is important for me that I do every day, and it helps me stay grounded, to know what is important things for me in my life. From 5:30 to 6 o'clock, I do read my goal and I do my visualization. So reading my goal, first of all, I look at pictures, of the things that I want to get in life. So I have a picture of a nice house, I have a picture of a motorbike, or whatever it is. You need to get some kind of visualization, and you need to feel emotional about it. You need to feel like you're going to get those things, and this is the things that you want to get. You read your goal, what you want to achieve, what is the person you're going to get. So this is what I do from 5:30 to 6. And from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock every day, but sometimes it's from 6 o'clock to 6:50, actually, I read. So I read a book either about business, either about spirituality, either about a brain, whatever it is that make me progress as a human, that make me learn something. I read book, and I have I can give you the recommendation of books that I have. And there is a book that I read once a year, because it is important not just to read the book and just like throw it, you know. We think that when we read a book, it's good, we read the book, but we don't implement the book by reading it one time. We have to read it at least once a year. So How to Make Friends and Influence People, this is a book I read at least once a year. The One Thing, it is a book I read at least once a year. There's a certain kind of book like this, like 10X is a book that I read once a year, because it is a book which is important for my growth. I need to get not only the idea, I need to remember it, I need to implement it. So at 7 o'clock, I go to the gym until 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, I come back home and I take a shower. I took Chinese lesson from 8:20 to 9 o'clock, actually 8:50. And 8:50, I'm in front of my computer and I start getting ready for everything. I need to check my planning, the one I showed you earlier. I fill up my, how is it called? My daily planner. Sorry, do you see my screen?
I can see my routine, yes.
Okay, cool. So I fill up my daily planner. I write what I'm grateful for. I write what is my plan for the day, what I decided to do. So I set up my schedule and I start working by 9 o'clock. So from 9 o'clock to 11:55, basically I'm working. And as I told you before, I'm working for 55 minutes and I'm resting 5 minutes. And by 12 o'clock, I do my prayer, I prepare my lunch and I eat. 1 o'clock, I go back to work again. 3:30, I stop, I pray. And then I go back to work again from 3:40 until 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, I do my prayer, I dine, I go back to work. And this work that I'm doing, the last work I'm doing until from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock is my last stretch of work of the day. So I make sure that I finish what I need to finish. And by 9 o'clock is my end of the day review. So I check what I've done during the day. I take my planning, the one I show you with the green and red highlight. I highlight what is finished in green. What I did not do, I highlight it in red. And if there is things that I need to move for the next day and I need to review my planning, I do it from 9 to 9:30. And at 9:30, I close my laptop, I do my prayer, and I spend time with my wife. I shower, I relax. It's my downtime. And every day I'm doing the same thing. By 11, I'm at sleep. It doesn't worth it to mess up with your sleep. Sometimes you feel like you need to do something, you need to work more. If you do this and you push your routine, if something is not what it's supposed to be every day, you will feel like, okay, today I'm pushing a little bit, the next day I'm pushing more, and the day after I'm pushing more, and actually your routine becomes totally messed up, okay? So what I'm telling you is, sorry. So what is important is to keep track of what you're doing and do it religiously every day. Every day what you wrote. If you need to write your routine like I showed you just now, and you need to put the timing, and you even need to put an alarm. I used to put an alarm to be sure that at a certain time I will do certain things. At the beginning it's really boring, but the more you do it, the more you get into the habit. This is a trick word, huh? The habit. After 30 days of doing the same thing, it becomes your new lifestyle. Okay, after 30 days, it still feels a little bit new, but you're on track. After 2 months, 3 months, 4 months of doing this, it becomes your lifestyle and you have no problem doing it every day. You know, when someone is trying to get into your routine, you will feel like, oh, this person is trying to mess up with my life. And sometimes some of you maybe send me a message and realize Mahamou do not reply to his message. I reply to the message during my break time or at the end of the day when I'm totally done before to go to sleep. This is the moment I reply. But when I'm going to the gym, I don't. And every morning when my alarm kick on, I put my phone on plane mode, and my phone is on plane mode until 10 or 11. It depends of the day, 10 or 11. I don't want any distraction in the morning. The morning is my time. I don't want someone, because you know it's very easy. You receive an email or you receive a message and you just want to reply to it. But you need to understand that your time is your time. You don't owe it to anyone. You have 24 hours a day. When 1 minute is gone, you cannot get it back. You know, we all need time, but we do not manage our time in a consequent way. You know, we have to manage our time very good, because the time spent do not come back. The money you lose, you can always make it back. You know, the opportunity you lose, another opportunity will come, but the time is something you have to be very, very, very careful on it. Okay. Thank you for listening to me. This is everything for today. And if you have any question, I'm here to reply and let you understand certain things, to reply to your question.
Thank you, Mahamou, for this really precise and detailed. Like it's really like we know where to start and what to do. And personally, I love to see also your routine step by step, because this is also difficult for us to think about like how it should be structured. But of course, everyone should do it according to his own case. For example, I have a kid, so I need as well to find some adjustment, but it's good stuff to see how you structured it. Is there someone who has a question and wants to talk? So you can say it directly, or you can write your question and I will say it if you prefer, if you cannot really talk.
Hello, I have one question, please. Oh, sorry,
Yes.
someone was starting. Okay, go ahead. Maybe I will talk later. Go ahead, you first.
No, please go ahead.
Okay, and when you shared the timetable, your timetable, it was in Excel. I mean, the way in your habits, it was in your computer. So that was Excel.
No. I use numbers. That's what I use because I'm on a Mac. But I'm talking about Excel because everybody understands Excel. But what I do actually for the habit is every year on December, I'm thinking about what I'm doing right now, how I'm leading my life, and I'm reflecting about the things that I need to change in my life. Do I want to apply certain new habit in my life? Do I have some habit that I should get rid of? So I make a list of it. You know, I have like maybe a list of 20
Mashallah,
different.
it's very amazing. It's amazing, really. I just want to know the name of the application in your computer. Sorry, can you type it, please?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm going back on the which application you want?
It's
Sorry,
numbers,
sure
right?
I mean,
yeah, it's numbers. Excel of number. Actually, it doesn't really matter the tools that you are using, but what is important is to have like a calendar, and in every day of this calendar to have like 5 different tabs. Actually, I have 5 plus 3. Okay, I have 8 different tabs. So I have 3 tabs which are for the habits that I want to implement during the month and I have to do every day. And I have 5 other tabs for what I need to do about my goal. Either it is business, either it is whatever it is. But these 3 tabs actually, even if you're using only 1 or 2 because you want to implement one habit for this month and something, okay, I didn't say it, but it is also important. Do not put too much on your shoulder from the beginning. Don't tell yourself, I want to do this, I want to do that. Go bit by bit, build habit after month after month. I have 3 habits per month because I feel like this is the rhythm that I have and it's good for me. But you can go and start by having like 1 habit this month and the next month you have another habit, because it's always easier to move and to learn one habit, it takes a lot of your energy and your time actually to implement it. So don't try to do too many things at the same time. Start with one habit, and when this habit is deep inside you, you feel like it's part of yourself, of your character, you can move on to get a new habit. I put 30 days because this is what works for me, but if it takes 2 months for you to get into a habit, do it. But you have to tell yourself one thing, and this is a little trick I'm giving you. Let's say you want to read every day. So you will, for example, give to your roommate or your husband or someone at work, and you will give him, let's say, for example, 500 renminbi. It doesn't matter, 500, 1,000, something that actually will make you feel pain to lose. You give him this amount of money and you tell him, look, I have to get into the habit of waking up every day at a certain time or to read every day. This is what I want to do. If one day I'm missing this, the money is yours. So because you don't want to lose this money, it makes like an incentive for you actually to implement the habit. So every day you will be reading thinking that I don't want to lose the money. But what you're doing actually is getting into the habit of reading. And after a month, the person will tell you, okay, so you have to be honest actually when you do this, you cannot lie, right? But if the person telling you, okay, did you read? You say, yeah, I read every day. And if there's a day you don't read, actually, the money is gone. So it's a trick to help you actually get into the habit. But go one habit per one habit. So if it takes you 2 months to keep reading consistently, it takes 2 months. But you have to get into 30 days straight without cutting the habit. If you miss one day, you have to start all over again. And you don't want to start all over again because you have this green tab on your spreadsheet and you don't want to get one red tab in the middle. You want to keep all of it green. You know, it's psychological. When you get 1 green, 2 green, 3 green, you don't want to break the link. You want to keep it green and green and green and green. So you keep going one habit after another, but take your time. Make sure the first habit you're taking is deep rooted inside you, and then after you can move on.
Mashallah.
Did I answer your question?
Thank you so much. I'm so with you and to honor for me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you for your question. I think Mac wants to ask a question, or there was
Hey,
some.
Mac.
Yes, Mac.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear
Yes,
me
okay.
now?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Darian, actually. Thank you for everything that you said. It was a lot of great stuff, and I apply a lot of those things and principles and methods that you use. I was able to stop drinking alcohol for 7 years because of that.
Amazing, amazing. Congratulations, man. You're the
Thank
man.
you. Thank you. Yeah, I had to go in my mind because the body is weak. The body is weak, but the mind and the spirit can be strong. So I had to go there. And so a lot of the things you said really hit home. I was like, okay, I feel like I'm on the right track. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for that. Are you in the group? Because I wanted to reach out to you on WeChat. I sent you a message, a private message with my WeChat.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Sorry, my phone is on the side on silent, so I didn't check.
I mean, on the,
yeah, I'm in the group. You can reach out to me, no problem.
Okay, yeah. I mean, well, I sent you a message on Zoom. So I'm asking, like, I was trying to get your WeChat information, if that's okay.
Okay, no problem. No problem, but I believe you're all in you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna share it right now. So
no problem. We can share it here as well in the chat. And of course, guys, if you reach me out as Mahamou allowed, I will also share to anyone, and he's as well in our groups. So if you are,
okay.
Yeah, so let me know. Anyone who wants to connect as he's willing to, I will also give you the contacts if needed. But yeah, that's a good idea.
Thank you, Isabelle.
It's perfect.
Cool, thank you. I'll reach out to you then, Isabelle, and get it.
Oh, that's cool. Mahamou Sylla, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Perfect. We can see.
Next question.
So is there anyone who wants to ask a question?
I would like to ask a question.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much for this very detailed information. I have a question about your daily routine, starting from 5 a.m. till 9:30 or something when you're gonna sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I maybe I'm sorry, maybe I'm too lazy. I found this very extended work day. Is it because of your work, because of your business, or I found that it's like more than 8 hours work day, and there are
Definitely.
people, yeah, there are people who recommend that your work should like limit during the day to about 8 hours. So is it because of your business, or do you recommend everyone to have like similar or
Okay.
smaller, like other people say?
What I,
Thank you.
what I recommend to everyone is to do what feels good for you, what feels right for you. I'm working 12 hours a day, and I know people who work 16 hours a day. I believe actually that belief to work 8 hours a day is a limitation. I believe is a limitation and is a myth, you know, because we work 8 hours a day every day, and I believe actually it's maybe I'm wrong, but I believe it's a limitation of the mind. You know, if you want, you can even work like 18 hours per day, and 8 hours you sleep. You know, uh, 12 hours per day. If for me, it's for me the balance. I don't feel it is hard. I don't feel like I'm spending too much of time on it, because what I do actually makes me happy. I'm working constantly toward my goal, and I know what I want to get. So doing it, I don't see it as a sacrifice. I feel that it is just part of the journey. And yeah, I'm just happy doing it. So I'm not saying that everybody has to follow exactly the same thing. I believe that you should feel and you should search for what is the best balance for you, you know. But you have to understand something. If you work 8 hours per day, you will get the same result as anyone working 8 hours per day. If you work 16 hours per day, you will get twice faster where you want to be than those who work 8 hours per day. It's a number game. You know, it's about the time you spend working and the effort you put in. It's not about are you smart or are you not smart. You know, I don't believe in this. I believe everybody can learn anything, and it's just about the time you put in. If you have a sales making a lot of money, and you are a sales and you don't make as much money, I believe the sales that makes a lot of money don't work harder, but put more effort, not necessarily harder, but you put maybe more effort and more time into it. You can, yeah, you can translate it as working harder. But what I try to emphasize is, if I do twice as what you do, I will get twice the result of what you get. As simple as this. So after you see what is good for you, and what you're willing to do. It's as simple as this. There's no truth, as I told you. What I'm giving you is a tools, but you have to understand the tools must be used with some kind of wisdom, and the wisdom is only you. Is about your feeling and your intention, your gut feeling. You need to feel it. Did I answer your question, Abdullah?
Yes, yes, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Abdullah. And I think it's also building up, because the more you are disciplined, maybe the more you can do, and the more you feel able to do. So you go first with where you are. And I think sometimes we want to do big steps at once, but every single step is important, and you can build yourself there. And as Mahamou said, the more you know the goal, what is your real goal, that's something that makes you move, that you really want, then you don't even count that if it's needed to be this time, it's this time. But I know as well, Maria, for burnout, right? We were talking about that as well. And we also had an event about this. So yes, you need to be careful about what you do, not just doing things for doing things, not just like maybe you want to achieve this goal because it looks nice or it would be great, you know, but it's really something that you want to do, and that you focus your energy on what you want to do, not just overloading yourself and then going to the burnout stage. Anyone has a question? Another question?
Yes, please, I do.
Sure.
I wanted to ask him, as someone who was starting the business, and then did it ever occur to him, or was there a point in time that he felt scared that the business is not going to thrive? Because I was in that position, I think last year or two. I'm a student, all right, and then I started my own pastry line of business. But it got to a certain point in time, I got scared that the way that I wanted it to progress, the way that I wanted the results to be, I wasn't getting it. And so because of that fear, I backed down. So did you ever had that encounter? And then what advice do you have? Because maybe after school, some people would want to also re-enter into the business field like me, or re-enter into the business to do something for themselves. So what advice do you have for such people? Thank you.
Okay. I understand what you're coming from, and I will tell you something, that there's not one person which is not scared in this world. Everybody encounter and experience fear at some point. And when you experience fear, and to my experience, when you experience fear in business, that means you're doing the right things. Because if you're not scared, that means what you're trying to do is actually attainable and it's actually easy, and you actually know what you need to do. But when you feel fear, you feel like, actually, what am I getting myself into? And I think it's quite normal to feel this fear. But you have to understand your fear and you have to use it. You have to use it not to stop you, but you have to use it actually as a fuel. You know, you have to use it as an energy and to channel it into the right way. You have to tell yourself, yes, it's crazy. And the exercise I do actually to overcome the fear I have into a certain thing is to go into visualization and to experience those things in a psyche level. I will imagine the things that I'm scared of. I will close my eyes and I will think about it. And I will go through everything. Okay, I'm scared to launch this business. Why am I scared of it? Then I'm scared of it because I don't have a lot of money right now. And if it fails, I will be in the streets. I will not be able to pay my rent. I will not be able to eat. Okay, let's say I'm checking on my bank account and there is zero now, and I need to pay my rent and I need to eat food. What can I do? And you, because you go into the deep thought about what could happen and what wrong can happen, and you start actually find how to say, solution to your problem which is not even there, right? Because it is fear. Fear is being anxious about something which haven't even happened yet, right? But if you want to counter it, you have to go through it and to realize that actually, okay, there's always something I can do. I can always, maybe even if I'm in the street tomorrow, I can always have a phone. I can charge my phone maybe in a 7-Eleven. I can maybe ask someone to help me. There's always a solution. The fear is because you're scared of something that even not there might happen, and you haven't think about if it happens. You need to not be scared of your fear. It's okay, we are going into philosophy right now here, but what I'm trying to say is basically fear is the only thing that scares you. Is a fear of being scared, you know what I mean? Is a fear of something that is not even there, because 9 times out of 10, the things that we are scared of never happens. It's our mind which is trying to stop us because it feels like it is crazy. But when you realize that, okay, it is my mind working now, you need to do what I told you, I told you guys earlier in the as a talk, to have a third view person on yourself and to understand, why am I being scared? What is the things that actually lead me to this feeling of fear? What stopped me right now? And when you think about it, you realize that is your brain actually telling you to be scared. And you have to understand, it's trying to stop me because what I'm gonna do is not comfortable. It's not comfortable, but it is necessary to go through these things to go where I want to be. You know, you want to open your business, but your brain is telling you, why are you gonna do this? You're gonna lose money. You're gonna be in the street. You're not gonna have food. And you need to say, shut up, brain. That's what I want to do, and I will love the pain, and I will go through the pain. You know what I mean? And fear is good because it helps you be careful when you take a step. But the moment the fear is trying to stop you, this is where you need to take this third view person and say, why am I being scared? And what should I do right now to counter this fear and to go around it? It's okay to feel fear, just don't act upon it. I hope I answer your question, Hawa, and I hope you go through what you want to do, your business, regardless of your fear. Fear is good. Everybody feels scared. I feel scared often.
Yes, Liz, thank you very much. I have a follow-up question again. With somebody who has been exposed to the food sector, restaurant, and then all that, what was the financial difficulties you passed through? Did you set up your business whilst you were a student, or like you started your business whilst you were a student, or you started planning towards it whilst you were a student, or you earned money, like you worked after school getting a degree or something before you were able to set up your own business? How was it like for you?
Okay. For me, as I said, I finished my study. I went for exchange, student exchange in Japan in a school, and I worked there for a little while. And then after I moved to Singapore. So I was not a student, I was working in a company, and I worked in Singapore and Indonesia. I came back in Singapore, and this is where I set my business. And the moment I set my business, actually, I quit my job. So I had some saving and I was working on this saving. And the more I work in my business, the more I realize that actually the money is going down and down. So I'm losing money. I'm not making any money. And I lived to some points where I had no enough money to pay my rent, and I didn't have enough money to eat. I will eat a bowl of rice and some egg every day because I could not eat anything else. And I will eat once a day. And you talk about fear. At that moment, I was very scared. I was like, what's going to happen with me? And this is where I realized, as a human being, we're actually very strong and we can go through a lot of things. And the fear of not having our comfortable life is what stops some people to go through business. But what are you scared of? You're scared to be in the street tomorrow. You might be in the street tomorrow. Are you going to die? I don't think you're going to die. We live in a world where, to be frankly speaking, someone in the streets, you know, can always find a way to survive. It's not like 200 years ago. If you didn't have a harvest this fall, during the winter, you're gonna die. It's not this time anymore. So we need to take the risk and we need to go through. For your financial situation, you need to be wise about it. You need to count what you need to spend. You need to be very aware of your finance. And this is something very important also, that it's on the business skills kind of side. It's not about discipline, but you need to get your finance right to know how much money you have, how much money you spend per month, you know. I will tell all of you, you have to save at least 10% of your salary every month, at least 10% of your salary. And this money is not to go take holiday. It's not to go buy the last pair of V-Break or I don't know, sneakers, whatever. This money is money.
Please let me chip in. What about those of us that are not working? Those of us that are students right now.
Okay, if you're a student, do you have some kind of money coming in?
Like pocket money monthly, yeah.
Okay, from this pocket money, you take 10% and you put it aside. That you're working on, it is pocket money. Whatever amount of money you have, even if the least amount of money you have, you take the habit. This is a key word here: habit of saving money every month. Because if you're not able to save money when you have little money, when you will have a lot of money, you will not have the habit. It's a habit you should get in no matter how much money you have. Okay, so if you have little money here, save this little money. And if you have pocket money, I don't know, it's very difficult to talk about a number, but amount of money, let's say something crazy. You have 100 the renminbi pocket money every month. You send you every month you put aside 10 renminbi. At the end of the year, that make 120 renminbi. This 120 renminbi is something you can invest. You understand? No matter what it is, if it's too little to invest, it's okay. You save more money until you have enough money to invest into something. Invest is not difficult, you know. We are in China. We have opportunity of getting the cheapest good in the world. I don't understand people saying that it's difficult to make money in China. There's an opportunity there. You just need to be smart about it. You need to understand what people want. Get it here in China. Top up the money that you want to make and sell it to people overseas. You can sell. There's a lot of logistic company can send things everywhere in the world. You can start a dropshipping business or a simple, you know, you need to save money and to think about what you want to do. And don't be scared of losing this money. This money that you save, even if you lose it, you will get wise by losing it. You will know why you lost it. You understand what I mean? You need to take the risk at some point.
Okay. Thank you.
Did
so
I answer
much.
your question?
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Jazakallah.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Awa.
Anyone else? So about this question, I think it's so important. I notice it so late, actually, because we all been students and we all have our limitations. And at the time I thought, yeah, I have a little money, so I cannot save it, right? So I never get into this habit to put money aside. But when you think about that, you will be student maybe for 5 years or 6 years, or even more if you want to do a PhD. So all this time, if you had saved up a 10%, it would be a lot actually when you think about that. And it's a good habit to do, because as Mahamou say, if you cannot manage a little money, you will never be able to manage big money, because we think, oh, if I have a lot of money, that's easy, I can put aside, that will be easy. But that's not true. And yes, for students, I would say that is a very, very, very good advice that maybe we don't think about, because we think like, oh my God, I have so little money, I cannot do anything. I want to save because I want to have a life. I don't want just to eat the pasta, right?
Yeah.
But actually, that's the way to not only eat pasta. If you know how
for the rest of your life.
Yeah, if you know how to save and invest it. So that's actually a very good advice that I realized myself like so late, that it was so important. And my father was always telling me this.
But, you know, the thing is never too late. It's never too late. And the best moment to start saving was like 10 years ago. The next best moment is today. As long as you're alive, you can always change the thing for the better. So fear is being anxious of something that's gonna happen, maybe not even sure. And you know, being anxious about what happened in the past doesn't help you to take action today. You have to think about what is your goal and what is the best thing to do today to reach this goal. So saving money is a very, very crucial and good habit to take. And this money should not be scared. You know, I want to give you also a good habit to do. Do charity. Do charity like every day. You know, when you do charity, I do every day. I mean, try to do it often. When you do charity, you are detaching yourself from something you love. We all love money. We don't love money for the paper it is or for the nice coin sound it makes. We don't care about that. But what it provides us, it feels good. We can have security, we can have food, we can have home, we can have whatever our hearts desire. But when you really manage to detach yourself of the thing you love to give it to someone which is in need, you realize that actually it didn't make me poor. It didn't make me go to the street, you know. And when you manage to detach yourself from money, you realize that actually money in itself, $1 million in a bank account, is not important. The most important thing is how to make this $1 million. Because if you lose it tomorrow, you know how to make it again. And this is why I say reading is important. Educating yourself into finance, into business, into marketing, and all those things. You know that tomorrow, even if you have nothing, you can always make it back again. And this is more valuable because you grow as a person. You're feeling confident because you're someone which is disciplined. You know you have the discipline to get through these hard things again, you know. And this is more valuable because when you grow as a person, it doesn't matter what you have, the physical, material position, and all this is worthless without what is in your mind. You need to work on your mind. Most important thing. You need to work on your mind. And when your mind is okay, it doesn't matter how much money you make because you know you can always make it more. It becomes a game. It doesn't become, your fear is gone. If tomorrow I lose everything, I'm in the street, okay, I'm in the street. Maybe I'm going to beg for few renminbi in the street. I'm going to beg for few renminbi. I will be able to take a shower. I will be thinking, okay, what can I do to get money today? Okay, I saw this guy over there needs something. Maybe I can, you can always find a way. It's your brain, which is the most important thing. And what discipline does is teaching you your brain how to be resilient, how to push it. You know what I mean? This is what you have to work on. This is why I spend 30 minutes every day thinking about what I want to achieve. I spend 1 hour educating myself. I'm not spending like, I'm sorry for those who do this, but looking like at watching like cat video on YouTube or this kind of things, you know, is a just waste of time. It's not helping you in any way. Yeah, sure, it feels good, instant gratification, but what does it bring really, truly? How does it nourish your soul? How does it help the people around you? And for the African here, how does it help your family? You're in Africa. My vision, my goal is to help Africa in a continent, in my country, in Mali. That's the things I want to do. That's my goal. And everything I do is in that direction. So you need to get this. When you have a clear goal and you know what you want to do, as long as you're acting towards this goal, you will feel peace in your heart. And I wish everybody feels this feeling because it feels good. You know, you might feel sad, you might feel angry, you might feel like you're stagnating, but you feel like you're walking towards something. So you go, you have this peace. And peace for me is more important than happiness. Happiness is an emotion. Peace is not an emotion. Peace is a state of consciousness. When you feel like peace in your life, wow, I wish to everybody to feel such peace. All of you.
Thank you, Mahamou. Jeffrey has a question. You can take the floor, Jeffrey.
Yes, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. And I really appreciate everything what you said, Mahamou, tonight. It's really good and really like helps a lot, actually. But I had a question which is a bit out of this topic, but I would like to know why are you like interested? What's the aim of you teaching about motivation and motivating people maybe to be successful? How does it help you guys?
You know, I believe that if I had the knowledge that I had today, maybe 10 years back, I will be in a different place today. And this is something that sometimes, I mean, I learned through myself, through a process of educating myself or reading book, on listening to lecture or this kind of stuff. But, you know, all those videos sometimes on YouTube, they talk, but they're not very deep into the thing. You know, it's a maybe 6-minute video on YouTube. You don't get to the depth of it. The depth of it, you get it into the book. This is why I told you guys, you have to read book. Even the lecture I'm doing today is not putting all the thing, you know what I mean? And I really hope that everybody get to understand what I managed to understand. And I'm not saying that I have the truth, but it helped me. So I wanted to help other people. It's purely, I'm not gaining anything really. I'm just like giving you some tricks that I had that helped me, and hopefully it helps you. So if you can feel peace in your heart by doing what you need to do and achieving the goal that you want to achieve, that makes me feel good. It's like, it makes me feel happy. Yeah, maybe I do it. Maybe it's selfish actually.
You're right. You're right. I do have the habit of reading books also, and I do have some good habits. And I wanted me also to try to motivate people and try to do something like that. But actually, I wanted to find the real aim, like to try to maybe it might help. Maybe in the future, writing a book, it might be good to have a community, maybe something like that. That's why I was asking about it.
So you want to write, you want to help people.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about motivating people and helping people. But the thing is that me also, I don't want to be addicted to Instagram and Facebook. But at the end, I see that I'm losing so much time on those applications by trying to find what other people are doing. And
So actually,
Yeah.
if I can jump in now, but that's what we are offering here, actually, in Teranga Valley. That's why we say that no one is too small, and everyone who wants to share, maybe you are not yet very structured on how you want to help out, but for sure, if you have something you want to share with our community, you also can reach us out, and we can as well do the same kind of events about a topic that you want to share with people. So this is actually the question I've been asking myself, and also Mac and the other people in the group. How can my experience through entrepreneurship can as well help others? And how can I learn, but not only for myself, but also we are many people joining together and learning together like today. And that's how Teranga Valley is born. And that's how people are coming and volunteering their time to share so we can learn from each other. So this is as well the spirit. And I would be happy to connect with you later. And I'll let the floor to Mahamou to also give his answer about that. Thank you.
Yeah, I understand what Isabelle is saying is totally true. I founded AfroMind. So I created this WeChat group. I started with a WeChat group. Why? Because actually I wanted to learn from people who are in a business, who are African or who are interested in business in Africa. So I wanted to meet those people to learn from them. And I realized that actually there's a lot of people who have things to teach, you know, but people don't get together and don't get, the information is stuck somewhere, you know, we don't have this, I didn't know Teranga Valley at that time, and I saw there is no platform to learn actually about business or related to Africa. So I created AfroMind. It was Afro-Entrepreneur at the beginning, and I changed it to AfroMind because I don't want it to be only about business, but I want it to be about maybe philosophy, maybe, I don't know. I just believe that everybody has learned something in his life that he can share. For me, what I learned and what helped me can help other people. And if you help other people and people can get faster to where they want to get with my help, I would be totally happy to do this. And I don't think you should wait to be quote unquote ready to help people. No, you should start doing it right now. You know, I don't think I'm structured actually. My lecture, I feel pretty lousy. I feel like it was not prepared enough. But the most important is to share and to get the knowledge and the tricks that I'm giving you out, so you guys can do something out of it. That's the most important thing. So if you get my message gets through. That's the most important thing. So you should not wait. If you have something you think is valuable, go ahead, share it, help people. We need everybody to help each other. You know, we don't need to wait to be a billionaire before to start giving charity. You know, you start giving charity when you can give charity. When you have $1, you can always give 50 cents. You know, that's how it works.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, sure.
Actually, for the Afro and for the organization, because Africa is a continent with around 55 or 50, I don't know, somewhere around 55 countries maybe. So for the organization Afro, is that for a particular country in Africa or in the whole African countries? Because for the name okay. How can you please explain it more?
Okay, what we do in AfroMind is based in Shanghai, basically. I created this, as I said, because I wanted to learn. So what we do is we gather once a month to have talks. So people who are maybe skilled in their, or even not skilled, but who have something to share about the industry, about business, will come, and we will have like a learning session. So we have, for example, Narcis, which is like specialized in logistics. So he taught us how to ship goods from China to Africa. What is a procedure to do this? And this is knowledge that you acquire only if you work in a logistic company, or if you learn this maybe at school and by some experience. So having someone who actually knows how to do it and who come, who teach you, benefit you. It doesn't benefit him. The only thing maybe he's learning is how to give a speech, maybe. But we do this, we gather, and we want to make it free, so people don't feel like, I don't want to pay to go to. No, we want to make it free, and the only goal is to gather into a community of African and African people who want to work in Africa, and sharing those knowledge that can help each other. We want to be a community that can help each other, because as lonely as business seems to be, you need partner. And you need people to work with. It's an ecosystem. You know, you don't do things by yourself. You need customer, you need supplier, you need people who have the same goal, who have the same vision. And having this community, for example, if you're looking for a developer and there's a developer which is from Africa, maybe it will help into your business to go to a developer which is actually from the continent, you know? And giving the opportunity to each other to learn and to work together. There's few people in the group of AfroMind already who went into a business venture together. There's some who have a relationship of customer supplier. So it creates actually a platform, like a bit like Teranga Valley, where people can come and learn and meet each other, and it benefits everybody. As simple as this. And it's not limited to a country. It's not limited to a nationality. Everybody is welcome to come. Absolutely.
So what I understand, it requires someone who has a professional in it's someone who has a talent in something. Like, imagine someone has a talent in some major field. That person can participate, right? It just requires a talent, right?
Doesn't require anything. Even if you're a starter, a beginner, you have no knowledge, you can come and you can follow the lesson. It doesn't require anything at all. Just come. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much. So it's about the business.
Yes, sorry.
It's about the business between African and China, right?
Not
so
necessarily.
Actually, yeah, AfroMind is the organization that Mahamou has developed. Actually, you know, I think we have the same perspective. Is we notice something that is missing, and we don't want to wait the right moment, the right time. Like, you know, you just create something. And Mahamou, he created this community that is dedicated for Africans to learn from each other, but also not only maybe if you have a skill that you want to introduce to others, also if you want to learn or you want just to meet someone from the African community, you can go there. So I encourage you, if you are interested in this, you can add Mahamou on WeChat and he will add you in AfroMind. Or if you are connected to me, I can also put you in the AfroMind group because I am there as well. I had the chance to give a speech last month, and thank you as well to Clovis, and Kizito was also there. So I was very happy to do so. And it's not Teranga Valley. Teranga Valley is also a platform. So our approach is actually the same because this is the same spirit, but we are open to, like, it's not like Africans only, it's like open to everyone. And we try to gather from any nationality, you know, as Shanghai is so mixed and we have people from all over the world. For us, it doesn't really matter, but it's the same principle. We gather people who want to come and share their skills, and also people who want to learn or who want to get motivation. And I think platforms like AfroMind, like Teranga Valley are so necessary when you are in your journey in Shanghai or anywhere else in the world. So I encourage you guys, even Jeffrey, if he has an idea and he wants to develop something, he should really go for it, because you don't need to wait the perfect moment. It will never happen. When we started Teranga Valley with Mac, we actually were in a kind of a company crisis. We were like, oh my God, which direction should we take? Like, we were encountering so many problems. And that's why actually we started, because we said we don't have to be alone in this journey. We can learn from each other, like what we had and all the problems that we get through, we can share with our community. We can also find people who can talk about their own way that they escape the problem, not escape, that they, I don't know the word in English, they like surmonter.
Overcome.
Surmonter.
Overcome.
Overcame, yeah. So the way
Overcome,
they overcame, they overcame their problems. So we just there and sharing together. So that's fantastic. And I can see now Mahamou shared the QR code of the AfroMind group, so you can just scan it and go directly into that group if you are interested in this.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would like to add something about AfroMind. Isabelle, is it possible?
Sure, of course.
Yeah, what I wanted to, we start our activities last month, and thank you again, Isabella, for your time. And we used to meet each first Friday of the month. The next will be on July 3rd. So our sister, if she has time, she can attend online or maybe on site. And it's not closed only for African people, it's for all Black around the world, Black American, Black in Europe, even here in China. So this is the only thing I would like to add. And maybe 1 or 2 weeks before the event, we start the communication. In African Bloc, even Teranga Valley, you will see some communication over there. So that's
okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
okay. You're welcome.
Thank you for specification. So anyone else before we will wrap up? Because yes, today I think that's the longest event of the Teranga Valley story.
No problem.
That was so
But it's
interesting.
okay.
I didn't want to stop you at any time.
It's 10:30.
Yeah, but I'm loving it.
It's
so I
10:30
didn't
here in
stop.
Shanghai.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I really enjoy it, so I didn't stop. But it's the longest one. So let's say a last question. If someone has a last question.
Okay.
Oh, I scared you guys.
I think I think we saw this last week. Whenever we have a quality presentation, we have a lot of questions about things that even go beyond what the presentation was about. So again, Mahamou, I've been waiting for this for 3-4 weeks. It's been like the one thing I had to be present for this month. And I appreciate you. It was real quality. It has so much potential to change your life. And I'm going to start applying it. Isabelle, I might have to leave soon. So, thank you.
It's okay.
No problem.
Just
Thank
wrapping
you,
up
Kizito, for
now.
being here.
Thank you,
very much.
and
No
So I
problem.
cannot speak today, Tata Isabelle. Okay, no problem.
Welcome. Anyone wants to do a last word? If not, I will let Mahamou say some last words before I
Okay, I remember I would say the last one.
Okay, guys, do not forget cold shower. You need to take this cold shower and prove to yourself that actually you can go through it. The mind, this is the way the mind works. When you go against the mind, against what he wants, this is the moment actually you start taking control of your brain. Your brain and your mind are two different things, but your mind will follow your brain if you're not making the effort or you're not going through the pain, okay? Your mind will start following what your brain say. When your brain say, no, we don't like taking cold shower, your mind will say, oh, maybe we should not take cold shower. No, your mind is you, is your consciousness, is your soul. The brain is all the thought that you have and you don't know where it's coming from sometimes, right? When you need to go against something and you feel like it's too strong for you, this is your brain telling you, because your brain is rigged in a way that it tries to protect you from pain and from hardship. This is the way we are as a human species, you know. This is how the things are. But sometimes the brain do not know what is actually good for you, you know. It is not easy to take money out of your pocket and to give to someone in the street because you feel like, yeah, what I'm going to have me. But to go over this and to give it will actually give you a long-lasting feeling of peace and happiness, because you help someone. The feeling you have will be much greater than if you had spent this money on alcohol or whatever it is. This feeling, that this satisfaction, this short-term satisfaction, will never fill your heart. This is why, guys, even though you want to make money, you want to be successful in a certain way in business, you have to get a goal which is higher than just making money. Money is good. Nobody will deny that. You can do a lot of things with money. But money and spending money on things which are material will never fill your heart on the long run. It will just give you a short-term satisfaction. So you will need to spend more money to feel more satisfaction, and more money, and it become a drug. And like a drug work, you will need to spend more to feel more. But you will feel at some point that you feel dull in your life, right? You need to work toward a goal that helps you help other people around you. Either it is family, your country, your nation, your church, or your mosque, or whatever it is, that a higher purpose and give you more peace of mind. So remember this. Remember that when you need to be disciplined and you need to go against what your heart and your brain is telling you rather than what is good for you. Okay, don't forget, guys, this is a cold shower challenge, please. I want you to see you. You know what, by the way, in Teranga Valley, you will just like put a hashtag cold shower challenge done. Okay, you put a little how is it called, emoticon done next to it to tell me that you actually done it on AfroMind or on Teranga Valley. Doesn't matter, where I can see it, and you link, how you say, you tag me so I can see that you've done it. Okay, guys.
And thank you for a reminder, because I almost forgot it.
You can go through it. You can go through it, and don't forget about it. Okay. And if one moment you feel like you failed and you didn't do the thing you were not supposed to do, don't beat yourself up. Just keep track from where you are. Pick it up from where you are and just keep going through it. Okay. Thank you for coming. Thank you for following this lesson. Thank you for keeping you this long. But if you allow me to talk, I can talk until tomorrow morning 6. But I need to go to sleep also because it's almost 11. Okay, guys?
Perfect. Thank you for reminding, because I was about to forget, you know, the brain just like, uh-oh, getting back. Okay, we will do the cold shower challenge, and we will be sharing in the group. So let's do it, guys. And thank you so much for staying with us and learning with us every week. Thank you, Mahamou. That's actually a lifetime advice that you are giving to us and the tools. So now it's us to take action. Guys, be strong. Self-talk, be aware of your self-talk. I think the phrases to do every morning that Mahamou said helps a lot with the self-talk. We need to be positive, to be motivating ourselves, to also be this third person if necessary, to let our brain let us do what we must do to achieve our goals. So thank you all, and really happy to see so many people willing to make it happen and having so beautiful goals. So let's make it. Thank you.
Let's do it. Yeah. Thank you. Respect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Cold shower.
Bye-bye.
Cold showers.
Bye.
Hashtag
Cold shower.